Here is your podcast.
You know, I've been doing this show 9 years. In the beginning, it was great. I got to show up and just talk and leave. That was fantastic. But now Mex sends me this theme song, tells me to put my own voice in it. Lily shows up. She doesn't produce a goddamn thing. All she does is laugh, turn around, and go home. The only thing I don't wind up doing for this show is listen to it. That's your fucking job. Hey, what's happening, Mike Schmidt, 40-year-old boy podcast. Fucking John Doe has the upper hand, folks. Get that. Get it through your fucking heads. John Doe has the upper hand. Hi. John Doe. I have issues, apparently. That's what I just got told by my friend Lily. Oh, you have issues. Oh, I apologize. Well, you were singing it in a way where you were singing it to me. Oh, you. Oh, I see. All right, so.
With all of this.
With the whole thing? All right. Well,
I'm concerned.
That's our friend Lily Von Stupp. All right.
I'm thrilled. I'm happy.
But you've got issues.
But boy, do I have some issues.
Wow. You know what's good? Let's let these people all guess what the fuck you're talking about. You're just like, I have issues and I'm concerned and I'm sad, but who knows? Because literally, here's what happens is Lily comes over here before the show. She gets here about 9 a.m. And then we talk for 7 hours and then we wind up doing a show. Because I don't see her. You know, I don't see her in between the amount of time. You know, I don't see her all week long. You're making a face. What?
I'm thinking we should have a new game show called Guess My Issues.
No, believe me, people know. They are well aware of what your issues are completely. You're tweeting, and fuck you, by the way, if I can go ahead and say this. Yeah, that's right. That's another issue you got. Me saying fuck you to you.
Okay.
Yesterday, look, there's an election yesterday. I don't know if you folks are aware of this. Here in California, we had a Proud Mary. That's what we had here. We were rolling with our levers. And we were pulling it and pulling it for America. That's what we were doing. And yesterday, everybody here pulled it for America. And we had to vote for, and by the way, everybody, so Hillary dominated and won.
I didn't pull it, I punched it.
You did a punching?
Yeah, I punched for it.
Don't punch my lever. Although I got to be honest, sometimes I don't mind getting my lever punched. I'm a fan. You can bite my lever all day long too. I'll tell you that. I am on board with that. That's always when that comes out, when it's like, hey, bite that, and then it's like you get that weird, like everybody's like, what? Not everybody. Yeah, I throw that out to a room full of people. Hey, bite my lever. What the hell?
I can't wait to hear about the Q&A now.
Oh my God. We'll get to all of that soon.
I figured that's the room you're talking about.
Well, sure. I threw it out. I said, hey, everybody here, bite. Well, we're in San Francisco. Why not?
That's right.
Get a room full of people to bite my lever. I went down to Folsom Gulch. I said, there you go, buddy. There's my lever. Bite it. Hashtag bite my lever. Because look, it's a primary day. It was Hillary's day yesterday, as we all know. Hillary with the triumph. Hillary now going to be the first woman ever nominated for president.
On a large party nomination. We've had women run for president before.
No, nobody. Fuck this. Nobody cares about the Scramblehead Party or any of that bullshit. Nobody cares.
It was the Scramblehead Party.
It may have been.
Scrambled Egg Party.
No bullshit. I don't think so. Yeah. No one's voting for the Twat Party. You know what I mean? That didn't fucking happen. Everybody's like, yeah, hold on. Oh, look, we're running under the pink flower banner. Get the fuck out of here. You and your fucking weird code word for vagina. Get the fuck out. No, Hillary is running. Hillary's running. She's the first legit woman running under a legit.
I wouldn't say legit.
I would.
Large party format.
Fuck these other ladies who are, what are they, you know.
I'm very proud of the fact that we've had women that had the balls to run for the presidency.
No.
I'm just glad we finally have one that actually might win.
No one cared about the Clorox and vacuum party. Nobody at all. Nobody was voting for the Glade and Febreze party. Go clean your houses, ladies. Quit fake running for president. Okay, now we've got somebody with balls.
Actually running for
Now we got somebody who's actually running for president, who's not just being like, wee, look at me. I want to wear a nice dress and debate. Get the fuck out of here.
Thank you so much for making it all pointless.
Well, you and your pillbox hat, go back and fucking, honestly, literally, go get the man's brains sprayed all over you. That's all we care about you. You and your fucking pantsuit and your pink pillbox hat climbing out the fucking back of the car and getting shoved back in by the goddamn Secret Service. That's those people. That's illegitimate. That's those people.
They're illegitimate.
Now we finally got a fucking bruiser. Now we got a fucking pair of brass knuckles and a pantsuit who's running for goddamn president, and she's ready to go to work, goddamn it. And the thing I love, here's the thing I love more about it is, and look, by the way, I don't care how you feel about the government or things like that, because there will be people who will write me, because already today I put something silly on Facebook and I got a big thumbs down and stuff. And that's fine. I mean, I got, because again, that's cool. If you feel that way, that's great. Because who am I? I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a guy sitting in my room with a fucking Chupacabra shirt on talking about nothing. I got issues. Remember we talked about that earlier. I got issues. I'm a guy who likes his lever bitten. So fuck, you can't go ahead and take me seriously when it comes to political talk, but I'm going to fucking do it anyway.
I take you seriously.
Because this is my goddamn forum. Look, I'm just trying to rally all you lever biters. Let's get out there. Anybody who's got a lever that they like to have bitten, and all you lever biters, I say we get together. That's what I want, the lever biting party. That's what I want to have. Or a biting the lever owner party, the biter lever party, lever biter party. I like lever biter party. So that means all my constituents are lever biters, but I'm the chief lever. I'm the big fucking swinging lever in charge. God damn it.
It would be both.
So it's providers of levers and lever biters unite.
I think it's anybody that likes either side of it.
Look, if you like biting levers, I come in. I've got a big tent.
Why?
I got a huge fucking tent. You want to bite levers? Jump in. You got levers you like to have bitten? Step up right now to the goddamn plate. All of you whip out your levers and all you biters get to chomping. Let's fucking do this, man. Let's change this country from the inside out. Let's all get under my fucking big umbrella and get our levers bitten. Who's with me? Whip out your levers and get them bitten. You biters start biting. You levers start whipping. Let's move it. Let's go forward with this country, goddammit. Let's get brass knuckles in a pantsuit and let's all line up behind her with our levers out and your mouths working. Boom, let's get it taken care of. My lever's getting bitten by all you motherfuckers. And she can look back and count on my support. As long as you tell me there's a chicken in every pot and a lever in every mouth, I'm on your fucking side. I am voting for you, motherfucker. I don't care who you are. That's all I need. I need a chicken in my pot and I need my lever to get bitten. Boom, you've got my vote. And then you can go to war with whatever fucking country you want to. You're going to punch Mexico, build a wall, I'm on board. First person who says they get my lever bitten gets my vote. I'm easy. Because a lot of people say think globally and act locally. Fuck that. I think about my lever. That's it. I think lever locally, I act lever globally. Oh, I got to take my lever global. Maybe that's in the future. Maybe I take my lever global future.
Oh my God.
It's coming up. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I might take my lever globally. All you lever biters on the other side of the Atlantic, get ready. Who knows? Bring Mike Schmidt's lever to London. I saw that page. It still exists. Our friend Liam Gladdy is like, hey, is this the year you finally come to London? Who fucking knows, Liam? Pay attention. I might show up. I might be lurking. My lever might be lurking in London. My lever is lurking in London. That's from Sweeney Todd, right?
Yeah.
These are my friends. What if I did the whole fucking musical? That'd be so ridiculous. Joanna, you've bitten my lever. All right, so.
Wow, that's his daughter.
What?
That's his daughter, Joanna.
Yeah. Well, spoiler alert. Jesus Christ.
She bit his lever.
You've just ruined everything for everybody.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Sweeney Todd yet, fucking.
You've ruined
bite a
everything.
lever.
Yeah, when Joanna bites the lever, and that's an uncomfortable moment. Because Sweeney Todd is just basically the English Old Boy with pies. That's all it is. If you've seen Old Boy, same twist. Old Boy and Sweeney Todd have the same twist, at least according to Lily. Somebody's lever's getting bitten all over the goddamn place, and it's by the wrong kind of people. I tell you, those are two movies where your lever's getting bitten by the wrong people. All right, so as opposed to, there are plenty of movies where your lever gets bitten by the right people. I like those. You want to make a lever biting movie, make sure it's bitten by the right people. Because the real conflict comes when your lever's bitten by the wrong people. Holy God, you don't want that. But honestly, there is no wrong choice to have your lever bitten. If somebody wants to bite your lever, let them bite it. That's what I say. Free, there used to be free love in the 60s, free levers in the 2016s. That's what I say. Free levers for all. Start biting these levers, baby. But that's what we do. We rally behind the fist in the pantsuit. That's who she is with her fucking short haircut and her wicked laugh. She's going to go ahead and just intimidate the rest of the fucking world. It's going to be beautiful. She's going to go in and look, I don't care what she does. I really don't. Because I'm a white male who's over almost 50 years old. I'm almost dead. So she can't do anything to me. I mean, she's not going to, literally, I'm a white dude who's almost dead. There's nothing bad that can happen to me at all. The only thing is, like I said, I'm preparing for the coming water wars, as we all are. We know those are going to happen soon. I just read a fucking story about the American, like the headline of the article is, what happens when the water runs out in the American Southwest? No if in that sentence, by the way. what happens when the water runs out in the American Southwest? And they showed like I don't fucking know, the special water basin or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? And it's just, and it showed what it looked like in 1984 when I was in my prime water consuming years. And it showed what years of my long showers have done to the basin. It's not good, folks. I got to tell you what, I single-handedly have destroyed the special water basin in the fucking Arizona desert. Like I think it's Lake Mead. And it is just fucking, dude, they show it and it's like this flourishing green, like, you know, cutting through the rivers and now it's like 1/3 of its size.
Yep.
And I read this story, I guess apparently back in the fucking 20s. You know, they had to fight over water rights and stuff back then. So California and Arizona was like, yeah, man, you can't have any more of our water. And California's like, what? So California just like sends boats to go and like build a dam or open a dam or whatever the fuck. And Arizona sends dudes out with guns to go, I'm sorry, you're not taking our water. So California and Arizona almost have a land war over water. And then like Arizona develops a navy at that point, which is fucking ridiculous. And all their navy is a bunch of hillbillies with muskets who climb into canoes and go, you can't have our water, idiots. And they don't have the spiffy hats and the fucking salutes. No, they just got a bunch of dumb fucks in leather who are going, hey, you can't take our water. I don't know why they talk like that.
This is the worst Arizona accent ever.
Because I can't speak Spanish. Right now, believe me, that's the Arizona accent. So sure enough, man, these fucking Arizona dudes, they build a navy, right? And then they're like, yeah, you can't have our water. Essentially, they did. Don't make your fucking shaky head. I read the goddamn article.
I think you misread that goddamn article.
Incorrect. Arizona did not want California to take their water, so they had these groups of dudes patrolling.
They don't have a navy.
They tried. But here's my favorite part. So like the Arizona dudes are like floating around in a boat and they're like, yeah, California, you better turn tail and go back to the fucking land of fruits and nuts with their fucking muskets. And then all of a sudden, flip over boat. Their navy capsizes and they have to get saved by the California dudes. Because I think eventually the California dudes went, we're all in this together, right? We're all white. What the fuck do we care? No, now, as I said, now it's a Hispanic accent. Back then it was all like, you know, yee-haw, look at my musket. That was America's accent back in the 20s. Wee-hoo, biddly-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. That's how we all talked.
Sure it was.
Hey, you mug, get out of here before I paste you in the Manzula. Whatever the fuck. That's how we all talked in the 20s. Because if there were any black dudes, they were like, yes, man, that's how. Every time I see an old show, that's exactly how it went. Here's how all black people talked until 1965. Yes, sir, Mr. Benning. That's how all black dudes talked. And then in 1965, someone went, hey, we don't have to fucking do that anymore because we're people too, motherfucker. And then Rosa Parks drank out of the water fountain and everything went fucking bananas. Look, I know, okay? I know, we're having fun.
You do not know our history.
I may know some. Still one of the best jokes I ever wrote on Twitter. It's unfortunate that even in death, Rosa Parks has to ride in the back of the hearse. See, come on! The wording on it was much better then. Because that's when I actually wrote jokes and cared. As opposed to now when I just misfire and I talk about water fountains and Rosa Parks and And by the way, that's so funny that blacks are like, haha, we want to drink out of the same water fountain as you. Fucking water fountains are awful.
They are pretty gross.
Like I said on this show, a water fountain might as well just be like a sandwich on a rope and everybody walks by and gets to take a bite out of it. That's all a fucking water fountain is. It is. You're just lining up behind mouths. That's fucking disgusting. Now, if you're lining up to bite on a lever, then all right, here we go.
I love that you are disturbed by that, but you're willing to let almost anyone bite your lever.
Oh, man. Well, that's a little different.
No, not at all.
It is.
That is actually like skin on skin and possible blood play. The most you're going to get from a water fountain is a little bit of
hold on a second.
bacteria.
Possible blood play. First of all, other than being a terrific band name, there is no. I got a pretty resilient lever. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, you only have 7 layers of skin. Good luck with that.
Well, I started with 7. You bite it hard enough, and a few of them roll up like a window shade.
Yeah, which is why
Someone bit my lever, and you just heard down to 6. Dude, that's what I want to keep doing that. That's a fucking window shade. That's a layer of skin coming off your lever. All right. What? You're making a weird face. So, say again?
Did you vote?
Well, here's the interesting thing.
Oh, shit. I even put out a motivational...
Well, but this is the thing that makes me laugh, all right? Because everybody, because like I said, Hillary now she's just a fucking jackbooted thug in a goddamn Armani $12,000 coat. That's another thing everybody talked about yesterday. She's talking about the underprivileged. She's wearing a $12,000 coat. Would you rather she dressed up in like a rickety shawl? Get the fuck out of here. She's got money, so she can go ahead and wear what she wants. That's the whole point of this whole country. All right. If you have the money, you can wear nice clothes. Like when I wound up making money writing on shows, I bought Calvin Klein briefs, Pima cotton, because they were soft, and I was like, holy shit, my balls feel great. This is fucking amazing. I wanted to have a better case for my lever, so you know what I did? I upgraded to the Pima cotton, and it's fucking fantastic. You know, I walked around my whole life in the ghetto of Fruit of Looms. I was in the ghetto of the Fruit of the Looms, and then, sure enough, I went, fuck you, grapes. Take off, Apple. And I said, I'm jumping up to Calvin Klein. Me and Brooke Shields are going off and fucking having a party. And that's what I did. And I bought some Pima cotton, and I said, look at that. Holy shit. That's the kind of underwear you don't have to take off to jerk off. That's how good it is. That's how good Pima cotton is.
Wow.
That's the kind of underwear you can leave on and use as a, you don't even, because it is. Literally, you don't even need fucking Astroglide. You can just use that to fucking stroke off.
Why do they not use that as an advertisement?
The underwear's so soft you don't need to take it off to stroke your cock. Like literally, that's it. It's because it is. Every step you take is like you're in a vagina getting and shifting around. Oh my God. It's all you can do not to go off in your pants. Because Pima cotton is just nestling you. It's just like fucking, yeah, it's perfect.
So what do you wear now?
Nothing.
Oh.
No. No, I'm back in the ghetto of Fruit of the Looms. No, I split the difference. I went Hanes. I was like, fuck it.
I split the difference. I went Hanes.
Yep. So that's kind of middle class. You know what I mean? Fruit of the Looms is all ghetto fucking underwear. But Hanes is your fucking middle of the road. And then Calvin Klein's your Pima cotton. And then there's and then there's the fancy ones that I can't even think about. You know what I mean? I'm sure there are some briefs that like Young Narrow, and there's all those. And then there's like, now there's those underwear companies, like there's some Minnesota underwear company, and there's some other. And I want to look. Here's the thing. I don't want to say their name because it's free advertising, and I understand they pay other podcasts to promote their underwears, their underpants.
Really?
Yes. And so I don't want to say who they are, but it's someone who would like to sell me undies. So I have to say, because I don't know them and they have not offered me any money yet, I don't want to give them a plug.
Should I approach them?
I wish you would.
Because I bet there's a lot of money in underwear.
You know what's funny? Because I went to this screening. Hey, if I sold one fucking pair, I don't give a fuck.
I'm a stripper. There's a lot of money in underwear.
Is there? Yeah, well, yeah, but after the fact. If you're a stripper, there's a lot of money in after the fact underwear. There's no money in new underwear. There's a lot of money in stripper underwear. This is well-worn, war-torn underwear. Would you like to buy it? Yes, I would. Now, are you selling underwear or are you selling scuba masks? Or both? All depends on who does the buying. Remember when I tried to sell my jeans? Fucking, I still got all those. That one offer came in. What a shock. Remember I said you could boil it and get my essence out of it? I said all that kind of stuff. Fuck, I should sell my old sheets. I should sell everything. Who wants me? Who wants essence of me? Just come here, man. I got a chair that could probably walk the fuck out of here and tell you some stories. Holy Jesus. If my chair had teeth, it would have bitten my lever off. I wouldn't fuck a chair.
So did you
You can fuck a chair though. That's like the whole deal. It's like that. I talked about it in the jerk off journals, like I read, because I went. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you, folks. One time I went exploring for ways to jerk off, like different ways to jerk off. There's like websites that give you adventurous ways, I suppose, and one of them was to like set up under a chair, like a couch cushion, and put something in between the cushion and the couch, and like I don't know if you put an orange in there or whatever the fuck it was, and then you stick your dick in it and you fuck it, and then that's like simulating sex.
simulating fucking a couch?
Yeah, but not really. You got to close your eyes and pretend that it's a really big furry chick. You know what I mean? And you're like, all right, here we go. It's a velveteen fucking plush chick.
Poor guy.
Or oh no, it could be. Yeah. All it is, you're fucking somebody who's completely covered in plastic. Oh yeah. I love getting laid at my grandma's house. My grandma had that. She literally had that. I remember that, the plastic furniture. Like fuck, on Rockwell Drive in Chicago.
Was it fun to fuck?
I mean, look, at that point, I didn't know it was fucking. I just knew I went off on accident. I don't know what the fuck just happened. I thought it was something that the plastic had made happen, and it did. Maybe that's why she did it, because she could just come in and just wipe it off. Just like one squiff. This shit happened again. Just wipes it right off. There you go. That's why you cover your couch in plastic, so when you fuck it, you can just clean it up really quick.
Wow.
I should have done that with this chair. Believe me. I got to boil this fucking chair.
I've never sat there.
Yeah,
It scares me.
I never sat there myself, really. No, come on. I don't do anything in that chair. Although I have videos that would probably argue with that. All right, so.
That chair cries when I come in.
No, that chair, come on. That chair and I have
I look at
bonded.
it, it's like, save me.
No, it's no. At this point, it's got Stockholm syndrome. It does not want to go.
Oh my god.
That chair totally loves me.
We
Yeah.
just did a chair rape joke.
Mm.
I was part of that.
Look, we're together in this. This chair. Chair and I know. Chair knows what's up.
Oh, Cherry.
Yeah, chair totally. And Pat had that chair before me. Who knows what the fuck happened over there?
Very true.
I may have saved it from terrible things that Pat was doing to it. See, over here, at Pat's house, I had to listen to Boston. Over here, I just fuck it. That chair is happy I saved it.
Mercy.
It's like, holy shit, another Cat Stevens album? I wish somebody put a cock in me immediately. And I came over and I scooped it up. We dropped it off a balcony. I took it to my house. I said, all right, here's the deal. You will never have to listen to Neil Young, but I'm going to put my dick in you occasionally. And the chair just went, okay, I'm on board. Because that's how my chair talks.
Did you vote?
It's funny you would mention that. But here's the thing that I love is all these people like online. Because I will be honest with you, I did not vote yesterday. I was on the road. I mean, I had...
You can absentee vote.
Yeah, but I will vote in the big thing. I don't vote in the preliminaries. Nobody gives a shit about the conference finals. Wait, call me when the Stanley Cup shows up.
I'm so disappointed in you as a human being.
Why? My person won. Not really.
It's not just about that person.
I know there's down ballot initiatives and all that kind of stuff. Look, I voted in all of them up until yesterday, and it turned out I was going to be out of town, and I had planned on voting, except for the fact that I got switched from Saturday to Tuesday, because I was supposed to do the screening on Saturday, and then I wound up switching it around so I could go for the Tuesday screening.
So disappointed in you.
Stop with your... don't chastise me. Don't chastise me.
I didn't chastise you. I said I'm disappointed in you.
Well, don't be that way. When the general comes, I'll be right there, first in line. Just me and my chair, just right there. Because again, I'll whip out my lever and do some damage. That's exactly how I'll make it work. But here's my favorite thing about yesterday is a lot of people that I know and people that are my friends, and they're all posting pictures of themselves with their stickers and their teary-eyed faces because they've made history happen by voting for Hillary, and they're so happy to be part of the process and finally changing this country and all that. And so that's why today I just put up, I was like, congratulations on catching up. Because I voted for her in fucking 2008.
Yes,
so
it was very funny.
So because all of these people are just like, finally, we're going to have a woman. Hey, we had a fucking chance to have a woman fucking 8 years ago, man. You could have stepped up then. She had a vagina then. Where the fuck were you guys? And by the way, in the general that year, of course, I voted for Obama, and I voted for Obama again because I love him. And again, like I said, you can take your politics and go whatever the fuck. And again, I'm just a dude who talked about fucking a chair, so don't take me seriously at all. But honestly, because I mean, listen to this fucking story. I'm out driving on fucking Friday or Saturday, I forget which, and I'm driving, and I'm so fucking mad. I got to tell this fucking story. God damn it. So I'm driving people, and I drop them off in fucking Marina Del Rey. So I'm there, and I'm like, fuck, you know what? I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna go to the barbecue house and eat because I haven't been there. I don't. Because here's the deal, man. Like when I would work there, former employees would drop by all the time and get like free food and kind of hang out. And it was that bullshit. Like when you get fired from a job and you went to hang out and visit with people. I never got it. Like when I was at Little Caesars, it would happen. They'd fire some dude and then he'd come back in and he'd literally hang out for like 40 minutes talking to the other employees and stuff. Dude, you got fired from a crust-based job to get the fuck out of here. Go get another gig. Nobody wants to see you. That's like graduating high school and going back like the next year and going, hey, everybody, what's going on, man? And, no. You know what's going on? Life. Why don't you get on the fucking fast track and get out of your fucking past? Don't visit and again, I'm a guy who visited his high school. I went back a few times and I'd go see teachers and stuff like that. And yeah, I got a charge out of it. It was fun. But eventually you just go, man, this is fucking stupid. Like, what am I doing here? Because, you need to move on and get your future going. You can't be Ben Affleck from fucking Dazed and Confused and just fucking going, yeah, man, I'm coming back for another year and that's the way it is. It's like I spent enough fucking time in high school, or I spent enough time at that shitbag job. I did, certainly. Fuck, I should go back. I should fucking Billy Madison the shit out of it and just go back and try to graduate like one more year. I'd totally fit in. You know what? I'm telling you right now, I've seen those high school kids. They would love to have me there in class. Oh my God, I'd endlessly entertaining. We'd hang out. I'd go to parties. They'd teach me about vaping. I'd teach them about whippets. They'd be like, hey, I had friends who did whippets and I saw them being done. Right? Of course not. Fuck no. I haven't done any of that. I haven't done any drugs. I should now. I remember we talked about that. I was going to drop acid into a fucking show. Mm-hmm. Where the fuck were you people then? You come through for me with other bullshit. Well, how come nobody got me any illegal drugs? How come nobody got me any acid? I want just one microdot. That's all I want. Just send me one fucking Fantasia button. That's all I need. Is that what they're called? I don't know what the fuck. You know, the little fucking lick 'em stick 'em things with Mickey on them from Fantasia.
You are so fucking.
But that's what they were. They had those little Fantasia thing. It was like Mickey on there, a Fantasia button or whatever the fuck. Yeah. So you had that, and it dissolved on your tongue, and then all of a sudden you're Dr. Timothy fucking Leary. It's like, hey man, put that thing on my tongue, and everything turns purple. Let's do it. Let's go to the desert with the Doors. Let's fucking do that, man. Let's grab a handful of mushrooms, some fucking peyote, some of that other Indian bullshit that makes you see colors, and let's go get fucking bananas.
Bullshit that makes.
I don't care what it is. I'm on board. My life is over. I want to fucking do it. Let's just give it over to fucking Vice. Let's just give it over to Vice and fucking and avarice. That's what I want. I want avarice. I don't have enough avarice in my goddamn life. Step it up, people. God damn it. Everybody's like, oh man, you know what? I'll totally send you a Hulk figure. No, man, send me some drugs. I'm teasing, Jamie. You know I'm teasing. But yeah, people are awesome. They send me like a bunch of cool stuff. Because our friend Jamie just sent me,
Awesome.
she sent me a Harley Quinn comic book and then a Batman versus Superman wallet and then a Hulk figure. So now on our table, we've got 2 Jokers, a Travis Bickle, a Tarantino, a Batgirl, and a Hulk. Hi, I'm 48 years old. I'm going to be 49 in a month. Hysterical. Doesn't matter. I got more plastic on my desk than you got in your top.
I don't have any plastic.
You're goddamn right you don't. No, I'm talking about your nipple piercings.
They're steel.
They're dinner plates. You got big ass dinner plates right there in your dinner.
Little steel hoops,
Let me see. Yes, and you fucking fooled me. So I was mad. That's why I said fuck you earlier in the show. I forgot all about it.
What?
With the fucking voting, because you were like, I wrote, here's the thing, is the text exchange yesterday. I wrote Lily, I said, hey, are we still on for tomorrow? Because I was busy in San Francisco, and I'll tell you about that in a bit. But I was in San Francisco, and Lily said, I said, hey, are we still on for tomorrow? And she writes me back and says, only if you retweet my boob.
Is that the way I phrased it?
Yes.
I'm funny.
And so I literally wrote, I said, wait, ... what? Question mark. And then I wrote parenthetically, stumbles and crashes to the floor as he runs to his computer. And I ran over, and sure enough, there's a naked Lily Von Stupp breast in her Twitter feed, but with an I voted sticker over the nipple.
Sort of.
Yeah, a little bit. It covered some. You should. I was actually thought you should have gone vertical with it instead of side to side, but whatever. And you should have gone with both, quite frankly.
Well, here's the thing. I was gonna originally do that with both of the stickers
Yes.
because I have Eddie's, but then I was like, no, because it's 1 vote per person, so you only get 1 boob. So I went logical.
You should have gone Chicago.
No. Vote early, vote often.
That's right. It would have been perfect. But yours was still perfect. So it was just this. So she had her tit out with a fucking sticker over her nipple. She had a I voted pasty on. So I'm just like, I just went, wow. So I retweeted it immediately. And I just said, hey, everybody in California should think of Lily Von Stupp when they pull their levers. And everybody's like, yay, Mike and tits, woo! And they're all happy. And then I get up this morning and I go to my Twitter feed and I look and it says, this tweet has been deleted.
Yeah.
And, I was driving last night, so I didn't even get a chance to jerk off to it. So I'm mad. I fucking pull up the photo and it's gone. And so then Lily comes over for the record and I'm like, hey, the fuck, man, you made me look like an idiot. I retweeted your tit. You told me to. And what did you say?
I took it down when the polls closed. It was a little tweet that was like, hey, go out and vote. Yay, you can get a free pasty. Polls closed and I took the tit away.
You know what? I fucking love the fact that you had a strategy where you're like, hey, yeah, the polls closed, so I took it down. Why should I tell people to vote? But I love the fact that you would think that at all on earth, with a picture of your tit out there, polls would ever close. I got news for you. With your tits flying out there, polls are staying open as long as they need to be open.
Good luck, or congratulations to anyone who saved it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure people did. Made it a little screensaver action. But I look like, so now it's like this tweet has been deleted, so I look like a fucking schmuck. I get like a cute little...
Just delete that tweet.
I did, but so what? You use Twitter. Twitter's a living document, man. So you think it can be edited on the fly.
Twitter should be a living document. Twitter should be fun and excitement and play and hysterical haha, but everything doesn't have to be saved forever. Twitter is not a hoarder. Oh no.
I don't either. Well, I still think you should have left it out there. What the hell? So, all right. So before you leave, we'll take a photo and we'll put it up.
No. But
Sounds good. All right.
But when we get to the general, watch for photos. It may not just be a nipple.
As I awake on this historic morning, I think of my daughter and how she realizes that the first presidential candidate she's ever going to really relate to or think about is is a woman, and it really breaks me up on the inside. Hey, 2008, where the fuck were you? Where were you? We were busy taking care of the black guys then. We're like, literally the same speech. I woke up this morning and realizing that my daughter could think about a black guy for the first time in a positive way, and oh my God, shut up. Shut up.
No,
You're stepping on your own dick.
Those are amazing things that have happened in the last 12 years.
They are. But social media has led it to a very much of your thumbs under your suspender going, I did the right thing, and it just seems kind of foolish.
I didn't post that to do the right thing.
Not you.
Most people posted I voted because they were proud that they were part of the system. They wanted to remind other people to be part of the system.
I'm not talking about you or those people. I'm talking about a subset of people who decided to write a soliloquy. Let's put it this way. There's a couple different people out there. There's the people who wrote the soliloquy of like, this is truly a fantastic day for labias. And I want to tell you that those people who are like, it's astonishing to me to think that just a 5'4" baby house with a grim visage and who bombed brown people can go ahead and be a president someday. All that sort of stuff. So
if one more person tells me that Hillary is going to take us to war, I'm like, have you looked at the last 20 fucking presidents?
Yes.
The first woman is the one that's going to take us to war. Oh, fuck all of you!
Yeah, she
Put
is.
your dicks away!
Well, don't you realize that like 1 week out of the month that she's going to be in a bad mood and eventually she's going to bomb.
God, I hope she fucking bombs your house.
She's going to bomb
then.
Guam. She's just going to bomb the Philippines for no reason.
Oh, it just makes me crazy.
Don't you realize she's going to get a pair of Jimmy shoes and the heel's going to break and she's going to bomb China? Jimmy
We have
Choos?
a man who wants to build a wall around our country, and you're worried that she might get her period and be upset about something for 5 minutes when he is a racist, misogynist fucking asshole.
See, but the only reason she doesn't want to build a wall is because she won't be able to get any of that delicious hot sauce she keeps on her at all times.
Christ, I'm done.
Otherwise, she'd be totally building a wall. Don't you understand they're the same person?
Oh, the misogyny hurts so badly.
He's orange. She's a question mark. No one knows what she is. She's sort of white, but also she could be anything to all people. What do you want her to be today?
I had somebody else tell me about how she flip-flops on everything, and I said, when you were younger, do you have opinions that are different than the opinions you have now? And they're like, well, yes. And I go, oh, gee. That's all I could say.
Mm-hmm.
I go, hey, maybe if you wanted to rule the country and people said to me, hey, your opinion is wrong, we want this, that you would go, hey, the people really want that, so I'm going to change my position. Because if I'm going to serve the country, I'm going to serve them on what they want, not just my personal opinion. That's a good thing.
Again, I'm a 50-year-old white male, so nothing can hurt me in this country. Nothing at all. Not until the purge. Once that thing starts, when they start doing that for real, literally, when I lose a step and I can't run as fast as I used to, then there will be a problem because I will eventually be caught up by the masked intruders and I will be beaten to death with gun butts. And that's fine. I'm waiting for that end. I know it's coming. We all know it's coming. Eventually, we're all going to be run down by the mob and beaten to death with gun butts. We can all get on board with that, but just what we're trying to do is prolong our time on Earth and keep ourselves away from the mob as long as we possibly can. That's all you're racing against because we're all going to fucking die. Literally, we are all one step ahead of either having our heart stop in the middle of a fucking hot tub because we just breathed in too much hot fucking... I mean, there's a warning right there. You sit in the hot tub and it says, hey, if you got a weak heart, don't come in here. And then you got a weak heart anyway and you get in the hot tub. You're like, you know what? I need my muscles to be soothed a lot more than I need to... And then you fucking die. You're done. You slip underneath, you drown, you're finished. We're all waiting. We're all just one step ahead of the fucking Reaper, man. So who the fuck cares? Now, look, I understand if you're a 20-year-old black person in this country... You should be invested in all this shit because who the fuck knows what's going to happen to you? You buy the wrong candy and some dude shoots you in the fucking head. Forget about it.
But don't you think that you being invested in it will also make it better for that 20-year-old black man?
Well, I am invested in it my way. I mean, I vote for what I think is my opinions and things like that. But again, at the same time, what do I have in common with that kid?
You both want equal rights, yes?
I don't know about him, but I mean, I do.
But that's the thing that I always talk about with people is if you want the world to be a better place, be involved.
Well, this is the only reason why I'm supporting. Certainly, I will vote for Hillary, and I would have voted for Bernie Sanders if he became the nominee as well, because I vote for the Supreme Court. I told you that's the only fucking thing I vote for because my entire career is based on being able to say that I get my lever bitten, and I talked about fucking. You know what I mean? Like Trump wants to put reporters in fucking jail because they say mean shit about him. I say mean shit about fucking everybody.
Yeah.
So do I want to vote for the yam who wants to throw me in the fucking clink? I don't think so, man. That's not happening. Fuck you, dude. That's what I mean. It's like people, and I love people like, he's a straight shooter and he says what he thinks. And yeah, guess what? I say what I think. You want me in fucking office? No, you don't. And that's what I keep trying to tell people. Like, I mean, everybody's like, oh my God, he's totally a guy who's going to shake things up. He's going to get in there. He knows as much as me. He knows as much as fucking me about what's going on. And you hear me, I'm a dumb fuck. I fucked a chair. Jesus Christ. I just told you I browsed sites for different masturbatory things. And I've actually implemented them and tried them. I mean, look. Again, I'm a 50-year-old white guy. You got to shake it up a little bit.
Oh my God.
I already know how to do the right hand reach in, stroke off, and get cleaned up. I know how to do that. I can do that in my fucking sleep. But sometimes you want to heat up an orange in a microwave and have a good time. That's what you want to do. Sometimes you get a banana and you can eat the banana while you're using the banana skin. That's fine. Sometimes you want to get some baking soda and put it in a cup and then you make it fucking cook it in the microwave and you make a gel and you go ahead and just stick your cock in it. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you take a toilet paper roll and you jam a condom in it and you roll it around and you fill it with fucking Astroglide and you fuck it like it's a hand pussy. You do it. Maybe you do that sometimes. Maybe you do all those things once a week. Maybe you have a jerk off week every year. You have 1 week out of the year where every day you're going to try a different way to jerk off. Maybe that's how you do things. Do you vote for that guy for president?
Hopefully.
Maybe that's my platform.
Jerk off week.
My fellow Americans. By the way, I'll get a Boston accent if I'm voted in. It is Tuesday. Get out your bananas. Fireside chat with a jerk-off finish. Boom.
Will you let women have that same privilege?
Of course they can. Oh my God, are you kidding? As long as I get to watch.
So what do we get to do?
You tell me. I haven't done the research on that. But there's a lot of interesting shaped vegetables you can probably even find yourself involved in. A banana on every countertop and a Sibian in every bedroom. A toilet paper roll with a condom filled with Astroglide and a Hitachi magic wand for all.
I'm totally voting for you.
Why wouldn't you? Look at me. Everybody's relaxed and having a good time.
I am on board for the liver biter party.
Nobody can go, you know what? Fucking nobody can go out and yell at one another because they're all home trying out these new things I've come up with.
We're all happy.
Everybody's thrilled. Why wouldn't you be?
What a happy country.
Of course. Stick your cock in a grapefruit and calm down. Do it.
That is your tag. That is totally
That's a bumper
your
sticker,
platform.
right?
Stick your cock in a grapefruit and calm down.
Schmidt 2020.
Schmidt 2020.
Stick your cock in a grapefruit and calm down.
By the way, I can't wait to be running for president in 2020. That just is the best.
We will return to the moon. And while NASA is working on that, I will have them develop a vibrating cucumber. If I stick a motor in a cucumber, I got the women's vote, period. God damn, I'm winning this fucking thing. If fucking Trump can do it, I can do it. Seriously. But then again, I mean, who did he beat? He beat a fucking, literally, they were like, who are you going to vote for, Trump or the black guy who stabbed someone? Yeah, that's right.
The belt buckle.
You think Trump had any chance at all of losing to the black guy who stabbed someone? They're voting for him to stop the black guys who stabbed someone. Gee, who are the racists going to vote for? Trump, the guy with the Z in his last name, the guy named Marco, or the black guy who stabbed someone? Trump walked into this fucking thing on third base. He had no shot of losing to those idiots. There wasn't a statesman among them. What a fucking menagerie of idiots.
So sad.
Because even the white dude like Chris Christie, that guy's fat. Like literally, that was...
What's the complaint?
Everybody had these terrible things that they could pull out of their ass about all of them. Half a Mexican, another half a Mexican, a black guy who stabbed someone, and a fat dude. And then weird John Kasich, who just looked like a fucking weird killer guy. I mean, because again, he's another dude who's like, hey man, let's just all get along and I'm fine. Hey, by the way, don't you want to sew up women's vaginas? Well, maybe, but we can talk about that when I'm in office. That guy was literally just this, because he was just this Trojan horse. Like, it was like he was John Kasich was this built-up construct, and if he would have been invented, like fucking elected at the fucking swearing-in ceremony, the second the Bible was pulled away, he would have stripped off the John Kasich suit, and it would have just been like 5 little abortion demons who were just like, nope, not happening.
Abortion demon.
Just literally 5 dudes. You know who John Kasich was? He wasn't even because if you look at his track record on women, that guy was not, he's a career politician. He cares about this country. He wants to fix things. Fuck that. John Kasich is a hanger salesman. That's all that fucking guy is. With the policy he had on women, that guy is in the pocket of big hanger. Literally, John Kasich's entire campaign was funded by hangers and stairs. John Kasich's in the pocket of big hanger. John Kasich's in the pocket of big stairs.
Oh, man.
John Kasich would have chosen a pregnant running mate just so he could have pushed her off the fucking stage after they got sworn in.
Oh, man.
You want to vote for me, folks? Come on.
I kind of do.
That's all I am. I'm Trump, just a less successful Trump. I'm Trump whose dad wasn't rich. If my dad if he wouldn't have blown his $45 million on whiskey, I'd be fine right now. I'd be running this fucking country. I got weird hair too. If I had a daughter who looked like Ivanka, I'd want to bang her too. I mean, fuck.
Really? Would you really say that about your own daughter, though?
Well, you're talking to the wrong dude here, because I don't have daughters, so I don't know what that's all about. I'm not John Mayer.
Seriously, though. If you
Daughters and dads, be kind to your daughters.
Don't you find that weird?
It's fucking horrifying.
Okay.
Yes, he's a horrifying person. He's a fucking toad. Are you kidding me? If a movie theater floor from the 70s could put on a suit, it would be Donald Trump.
Wow.
He's
You
just
have an opinion.
he's just unctuous and sticky and fucking horrible but sometimes you find a good thing down there. You're like, "Oh, check this out." All right. That's all Donald. He's a fucking movie theater floor in a suit. That's all that fucking dude is. He's just slimy and greasy and sticky, and he's in it for himself, man. That's all that fucking dude is. He's in it for himself. But these people, and he knows all the dog whistles, he knows all the code, and he knows how to get stupid people to fucking listen to him. It's demagoguery, and it's dangerous. And I can't even fathom the fact that Bernie Sanders people are like, well, you know what, fuck Hillary, we're going to go to the other side. And it's like, okay, well, good for you. Because do you think Donald Trump at all cares about you? Literally, if Donald Trump gets into office, guys like Bernie Sanders will be euthanized. I mean, he's going to kill them. An old Jew? Literally, you supported an old Jew, and now you're going to support fucking new Hitler? Like, literally, like new Coke? And he's not even new Hitler. He's not dangerous. Donald Trump's not dangerous. When he gets in office, he will be fucking clueless, and he'll just do shit for himself. And again, you hear all these stories where like he's in the pocket of Putin and the Russians, and all the guys who work for him used to work for the Russians, and I mean, who the fuck knows what's going to happen? Part of me is almost like, I want to vote for that fucking guy just to see the chaos that's going to fucking ensue. Because again, as I mentioned, 50-year-old white guy, not a bad thing can happen to me. I can walk outside right now and just fucking, you never see that little gif with the haters going to hate with that fat kid like doing the strut? Yes. That's my whole life. I'm just strutting around because I'm a fucking fat white dude. That's it. Old white guy. Nothing hurts me in this country. And, other people like me, other old white guys are scared as fuck because they're like, oh my God, it's changed. They're coming for us eventually. Well, yeah, but I got maybe 25 years left. I think I could run those out before the bad shit happens. I figure in 15 is when the water runs out. So then I'll have 10 years of thirst. Big deal. I'll be thirsty for 10 years. I mean, well, because I figure I got till 75. I figure I'll be, if I go naturally. If the mob catches me and beats me to death with the gun butts, well, which could happen any time. Honestly, I will tell you that. But that's just not because I'm a fucking white 50-year-old guy. That's all of us, man. All of us. All of us are one supervillain's finger snap away from being goddamn worm food and living in a hole. That's it. Go build your fucking sheds. Go hide in your backyards. Don't come outside. You know what? Everybody in the world get a Roku and just watch Netflix and don't go outside ever again. And if you want to vote and let fucking your person and try to make it happen, because if you can't, if you want to vote for Trump, I don't understand it. The only way I could see doing it is as a goof, literally, and because I think that's the biggest danger to Hillary at this point, is the group of people who are like, let's do it for the lulz, like let's vote for Trump just to see what the fuck happens. Because I'm on board with that kind of, you know me, I kind of like that shit. I got enough fucking Heath Ledger Joker in me to where I want to set fire to the big pile of money and go, all right, man, it's about sending a message. It's not about fucking money. It's about sending a goddamn message. And that's what all the people who support Trump, they're like, well, we got to get him in there because he's not a fucking bought and paid for politician. No, he's just a bought and paid for asshole. That's who he is. He got all this money from his dad. And because again, if you go back weeks and weeks, I said this would never happen. Like, so again, don't listen to me. Because I was the guy who was like, this is never going to fucking happen. He's running for this as a goof to sell a book or something, and real people aren't going to let him get anywhere. And then you went, holy shit, no. In fact, real people want this fucking guy.
Well, I think real people want change.
Well,
And
real dumb people.
Well, right now we had Bernie on one extreme and Trump on the other extreme, and people are upset because Hillary is kind of status quo, even though status quo has slowly been moving.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I think either side, it's like, let's do something crazy.
I get that.
It's weird.
But dude, do you want to do something crazy and then live in a country where mosquitoes make your babies have a tiny head? I mean, seriously, do you want to be Brazil? Do you want to have the secret police raiding your house and shooting you in the face because you bought the wrong coconut or whatever the fuck they got going on down there? I mean, seriously, it's just... Seriously, you bought the wrong brand of coconut, not the government coconut, so they fucking swoop in with the secret police and they shoot you in the head. That's the kind of shit that happens in those countries, man. Go to fucking Ecuador. You want to sit here and be like, it's so bad here. Hey, you can still go to a movie here. You go to Ecuador and you go to the movies, you're the movie.
Yeah.
You pay for it, you wind up getting fucking creased by an arrow. I mean, they don't have guns. They have guns down there, but they don't know what the fuck to do with them. Literally, if you sent all the guns to Ecuador, they'd beat you to death with them. But those are those countries. That's the shit. Like, I mean, you go to YouTube. You literally, if you think we got it that bad here, go to YouTube and look at traffic in Portugal. Just do that for me.
Yeah, oh my God.
Just Google traffic in Portugal and look at the Benny Hill fucking circus that entire thing is.
It is. It's really...
That's an entire country that built 1 million cars and no traffic lights. What the fuck? And they're all narrow miss. Literally, every country on earth should just rename itself Narrow Traffic Miss, because all of them are just these fucking people crossing. Because there's crosswalks, but you don't have to stop. Like, pedestrians do not have the right of way. If anything, in this country, we got the right to bear arms. We got all this other bullshit. We got the free will, and we can vote and all this nonsense. And yes, I know that Monsanto and everybody else is fucking running the country. Great. The fucking Koch brothers and Sheldon Alderson and all the money and all these people and all these secret cabals. Yes, I get that. But you know what? You can still go to a ball game.
Yep.
You can still go buy fucking tomato puree and not have to have the government's tomato puree sent to you. You don't have to go wait in line for fucking cheese. I mean, you can. And look, when I drive down Tent City, I know that this isn't the fucking best place in the world. When I go down to fucking, Los Angeles Street and I'm right at the Mission, and I see guys sleeping in their own shit in fucking secondhand and thirdhand tents, just in bedbug laboratories, and fucking walking around. And literally, as a white dude in a fucking Toyota, when I go drive down there, fucking dudes walk up to me just waving because they think I'm there to buy crack. Like, that's the only reason I would be down there. Dude, fucking go down by the Los Angeles. Did I tell you a story about when I drove the hipsters down there? There were these fucking 2 hipster dudes, and they get in my car, and I pick them up in like Echo Park or Silver Lake or one of those fucking enclaves. Literally just Skinny Jeans USA. So they fucking, braid their mustaches and they get in the back of my fucking car. And they're like, all right, well, here's the address. So I put it in, and it's like Los Angeles Street down in downtown. Now, I'm learning enough about this city to know that there are places you don't want to go.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to be there, particularly at fucking 2 a.m. So I didn't even pick these dudes up at a bar, man. I picked them up at a house. And they get in the car, and I go, you're going to Los Angeles Street? And they're like, yeah, man, there's like an after-hours bar there. And I said, all right, have you been there? And they go, no, we think that's the address, but when we get down there, we'll know it when we see it. I go, great. We drive, and it's like left, right, left, right, left, right. And all of a sudden, there's no streetlights.
Yep.
Because they've been smashed the fuck out. And there's dudes on 10 speeds just doing figure eights, blocking an intersection. Where, like, you can't turn left here. Don't think about turning left here. Because, you get an arrow, doesn't matter. They're not fucking moving. You know why? Because that's their town, man. That block belongs to them.
Yep.
There's a certain section, and look, it's in every city in America. I saw it in Houston when I was with Pardo. Pardo and I were working the laugh stop in Houston, okay? And we're like, we're 2 fucking whiter than white dudes. We're just baloney, and we're writing our fucking, we're writing jokes. We're gonna go tell jokes at the club, yay! And after the show one night, we're driving. And, you make a left and a right and a left and a right. And all of a sudden you're in this area. And I'm not kidding. We turn and some of the street lights are out. But you can see the street is lined with hookers. And I don't mean like one hooker going, yoo-hoo boys, with a white handkerchief. I mean that hookers at the Point HBO fucking 4 deep off the curb. It wasn't just like one hooker, like, oh, I'll take that one. It was a breakfast buffet where you went, well, I'll have 4 waffles and a couple eggs and 2 of those and 6 of those, and how many can fit in the fucking car, and who wants what? And not one of them had a pair of shorts that fit. I'm talking like 8-inch spike heels and fucking wedgied up G-string fucking shorts and giant pink wigs on black ladies with giant hoop earrings, chewing gum that you can hear through your closed windows. And 2 white dudes in a fucking rental car just come driving down. Guess what happened? I mean, they almost stormed the car like the Walking Dead zombies because they were just like, oh, look, white cock and white wallets. Let's fucking jump in there and see what they want. So they were waving at us and they're pointing and all this. And part of them like, what? I go, how the fuck? And this is the best part. I guarantee this is the reaction. Pardo in his head is just like, how the fuck did we get down here? How the fuck can we get out of here? And I'm like, how the fuck did we get down here? How the fuck can I come back here after Jimmy drops me off at the hotel? I wish it wasn't true. Just not even to fuck anybody, but just because I was attracted to Vice. I love that kind of thing, and it's just fascinating to me, man. It's just like this complete subculture. It's like when I was a kid. One time I visited my buddy Eddie, this kid Eddie, and he was Kay and Bill's son. Kay and Bill were Kay was my mom's best friend forever and ever. Well, we met Eddie, and Eddie was a cool dude, but he was an only child. So he would hang out with us. It'd be like me and my 4 idiot brothers, and then Eddie, and we'd bring him in, and he loved hanging out with us because we were all, we're meathead kids. So one time they would ask me to go sit with Eddie. I think I told this fucking story on here. I went to babysit Eddie. It wasn't really babysitting because I was only 2 years older than him, but what was weird is I lived in the suburbs and he lived in the city, but they considered me more street smart or whatever than him. Just, I guess because I didn't have a dad. I don't fucking know. And Eddie was he was young for his age. And by the way, I should say this. Eddie has grown up to be an unbelievably successful businessman. Like when we were kids, you didn't know. Eddie was a gentle soul and he seemed like a good dude. Now I think he invented binary. Like literally he's like that dude. It's like, hey, what'd you do? I invented the 7. All right, well, I guess you're doing pretty well for yourself. That dude owns the 7. Oh my God. I thought those were just numbers that Copernicus came up with. Nope, Eddie invented the 7 when he was a kid. Trademarked it. Every time you see a 7, Eddie gets $7. So I wind up at his place, and we're in Chicago, and then we're gonna go out, and he wanted to go like to a shopping center or a mall. So we wind up on a fucking L train, and we rode the L train just until the end. You know what I mean? And Eddie was like physically scared, like shaking and stuff. And I remember just going, this is so unlike anything I've ever seen, and goddamn, I love it. I love the fucking graffiti, and I love the burned out buildings and the rubble and all that kind of shit. And I loved a city because it was so different from what I'd grown up in. I was out in the suburbs, and I was out in the middle of fucking basically nowhere, living in a house with my brothers and playing football, and there was grass. There was grass. You get in the city, there's no fucking grass. Unless it's being sold on a street corner. That's it. So I dug it. So I distinctly remember like going down that street with Jimmy, and it was just like, holy fuck, how are we here? And I'm like, holy God, try to remember this address. I mean, I can't wait to come back here and see what's going on. So I take these hipster dudes down in LA, and there's places again. I go down there, and I know don't go there. Do not, because you don't know what the fuck will happen. And because I really don't. And it's one of those things where, let's put it this way, if something does break bad, because I'm not scared of anywhere. But I know, you know what? You probably shouldn't be in this place. You get that vibe and you can feel it. And you know what? I should probably fucking beat a hasty retreat here just because, I mean, nobody fucks with me. But if you stick around for 10 minutes, somebody might fuck with you.
Yeah.
It's like when I talk about going to South Central or dropping somebody off, because I drove a dude to South Central at 3 a.m. And there's people on street corners just talking. And you just see them hanging out and all that. It's like when I went to Philadelphia and I got caught in Murder Town. Remember the fuck? I was in Philadelphia and I'm driving the fucking loop. And then all of a sudden I'm in Camden. And there's like trash cans on fire. And fucking a dude walked up to me, remember, in the middle of the stoplight. And he just comes over and he's like knocked on my window. He's like, hey. And I'm like, boom, get out of here. But I dig that vibe. I mean, I don't mind it. As long as I'm, roll them up. I'm Clark Griswold still. I don't want anybody writing honky lips on my goddamn rental car. But still, I don't mind exploring and checking it the fuck out. So, with Eddie, I remember we rode the fucking L train. We went down in these bombed out areas. And like, in the beginning, there's people going to schools or whatever, and young people and like old women in babushkas. And by the time you get to the end of the line, you're just on the train with Carver High. You know what I mean? And you're like, and And so you wonder, well, is anything going to happen here? But you get ready for it, but you don't know. But it's just, I don't know if it's inside of me. There's that love of chaos or that love of what's going to happen next. But I've always had it. Like I said, when I was at the mall and a fight will break out, I always gravitate toward it instead of going, let's get the fuck out of here. But I'm changing a lot of that now because because I'm old. I'm a 50-year-old white guy because I can't go and wade anymore. Like, let's take care of business. It's like, no, you'll get beaten down by the fucking masses, dude. Because again, like I said, we're all just one step ahead of the mob and we're all going to get tripped in fucking the gun butts. And it's just, you're finished. You're finished. I'm not ready to be finished just yet. So, these hipsters get in the car and I see the address and I know what the fuck is going on. And I'm like, all right, well, you know where you're going? And they're like, well, we'll know it when we see it. I'm like, all right. And you get down there and there's streets with tents and fucking dudes with like limping dudes with dreadlocks and like a wrapped up hand. You know what I mean? Where you're just like, holy shit. I don't know if that guy's got like a fucking, because even in the movies, they fucking wrap up their hand because there's a gun in it and they want to fucking hold off from it's like a homemade silencer. It's either that or this guy, sold his fingers for meth. I mean, I don't know what the fuck happened. Look, if you don't have any money, you got to give them what you got.
Very true.
There's a little black market down there for fucking fingers. What if there was? What if there's like some dude who's like, you know what? I'm mad. I'm broke, but I need a taste. I'm going to need your thumbs. What? Yeah, I'm going to need your thumbs. And then you do it, and then you can't light the crack. You can't pick the lighter with the pipe. You're holding the pipe, and then you're just like, you're like Burgess Meredith. you're fucking somebody stepped on your glasses and you can't smoke your crack. There was time. You can't do a big lighter without a thumb. That's from a song, right? Isn't that Alanis Morissette? Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like having a crack pipe with no thumbs to light the pipe. All right, so it's like meeting the man of your dreams and then meeting his beautiful wife. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? A little too ironic. And yeah, I really do think. That's my favorite part of the song. That's my favorite part. And yeah, I really do think. It's like Ray. All right, I'm not going to do it. What if I did the whole song? How great would that be? Why don't you just got the fuck out of here? Stop reading your fucking phone. You're killing me with your phone.
You do that a lot, but you never do it. You never sing the whole song.
Because I want people to listen. I don't want to chase people to fuck off. Although if nobody left with me fucking a banana, I don't know what the fuck they're going to do.
My phone is going crazy. It's blowing up.
You know what doesn't work good for jerking off? Jell-O. It's not stiff enough. You just bang it and it just like breaks apart. Like it's not, you know what I mean? Like you need a mold. Like that's why the Fleshlight is such a big deal.
But never mind.
Go ahead. No, ask me. Masturbate now. Ask me how. You got a question? You got a Jell-O question? I'll answer it.
I was told that you put it in a Ziploc bag.
Jell-O?
Yeah.
And go what, room temperature? No, Jell-O's too loose, man. Although, you know what I will be honest with you, the time I tried to fuck Jell-O, it was, which, by the way, hold on.
I have to write that down.
All right.
The time
I'm trying to, you gonna write that?
I tried to fuck Jell-O.
See, we can't name the show that because it gives it all away in the title.
Oh, but you can go with the time I tried to fuck ...
I was a little kid. All right. So, and
Of course you were.
I was.
I didn't think this was yesterday.
Well, I can't afford any Jell-O now. I had my you see, but I will tell you this is the truth. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
The time I tried to fuck Jell-O, it's because there was we had Jell-O in the cabinet. Like like this food bank would bring us food when we were kids. Okay, because we were broke.
And you fucked it instead of eating it.
Well, because it was in the cabinet forever, and my mom was never gonna fucking make it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm fucking that Jell-O. If somebody doesn't make that fucking Jell-O, I'm gonna fuck it. Because this wasn't. Look, I didn't fuck a Jell-O mold. All right, I didn't fuck a Jell-O salad. You know that stuff that's got like Cool Whip in it and fucking fruit. I didn't want to fuck things. Look, I'm not a maniac.
Really?
Yeah, I fuck regular Jell-O. But I'll tell you what, that's how determined you are to try something new. Have you ever made fucking Jell-O in a box? It takes 3 days. You gotta boil water, you gotta get the fucking box out, you gotta read the directions, and then you gotta fucking refrigerate it and set it, and you're peeking in at it, and you go, can I fuck this thing yet? Can I fuck this thing yet? So that's what I did. There's a box of cherry Jello. It's sitting in my fucking cabinet. And there was, because there was vanilla pudding, there was that fucking pistachio pudding, there was cherry Jello, and then there was the lime Jello. And I did not fuck the lime Jello because I knew I would want to eat it later. So, priorities, folks.
Oh my God.
There's a time and a place for everything. Lime Jello's a mouth food. Cherry Jello, who cares where it fucking ends up? So, and look, I'm not saying, well, I'll get into that in a second, but, so I literally kept, because, you know, as you're a kid, you don't know, and because you always, there's the thing kids talk about, and they're like, oh my God, Jello, and I think it was like a joke I heard once in a movie, and I was like, all right, you know, so maybe that'll be a thing, and, you know, because like with the dude with the pie in the movie, he's like, they were like, what does it feel like? And the guy's like, warm apple pie. Well, I remember hearing, like, it was like Jello, it was like, you know, fucking jiggly, and it was all, and so I'm like, all right, well, fuck, I thought about it, and thought about it, and thought about it, and thought about it, and then all of a sudden I was just like, it kept sitting on the cabinet, my mom was never going to fucking make it, so I finally went, you know what, I'm going to do it. Nobody's going to miss that. Nobody's going to fucking miss the Jello that I fucked. So, I mean, it's not like the whole fucking building has been waiting.
Best story ever.
Like, my brothers aren't like, oh my God, when will mom make that Jello? Nobody cared. I think I actually hid it too. I think I did because it was on the shelf forever. And then when I decided I was going to fuck that Jello, I went and I hid it behind like cornstarch. I'm like, all right, just in case my mom gets a wild fucking hair and decides it gets high and makes Jello, she won't have that. She'll make the green and I'll have a nice bowl of it with Cool Whip. That'll be delicious. But I can't ever make it the red Jello because I got plans for the red Jello. So I actually hid it. I literally did. I hid the box. And then it was one of those things where, dudes, first of all, do you know how hard it is to jerk off when you're a kid and you got 4 brothers? Holy God. It's my mom and 4 brothers, and we've only got like 2 bedrooms and shit like that. So, I mean, you've got to find a time and a place to jerk off. You can't, it's not, you know, and it's, because if you weren't ashamed, like if masturbation was just a thing and was told it was natural, then we could have like a sign-up sheet on the fridge. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be good? Like, you know, like you have that chore list and it's like, hey, today's your day to vacuum. Today's your day to do the dishes. Hey, everybody leave Mike alone. He's going to jerk off today. You know, that's like that. And not a whole day. You don't need a whole fucking day. But actually when you're 13, you do. My record was 6. So, because I remember doing that too, where I was just like, well, I'm just going to keep going and see what happens here. So I decided like I was going to use the Jello, right? And I'm like, all right, well, I'm totally going to fuck that Jello. So I hid it just in case my mom was going to make it. And then it just so happened like one Saturday, like my brothers were gone and my mom was out. And so I was like, well, I'm going to do it. So, but again, like I said, the idea of fucking that Jello was a good idea, except then you got to make the fucking Jello. And so I got to boil water. And you got to mix it in, and you got to make sure you make it right. Because that's the thing. I don't know anything about how to do it, so I'm following the box meticulously. Because and it's so funny. They should have different recipes on the box. It should be like to enjoy delicious Jello, cook it like this. To fuck it, cook it like this. You know what I mean? Maybe you a little less water and make it more thick or something. But I made it according to the box specifications. And then you're like, all right, I'm gonna fuck this Jello. Well, no, you got to chill the fucking Jello. And I mean, I'm fucking rock hard the entire time thinking about banging this fucking Jello, but I'm like, oh my God, I gotta be hard for 9 hours to do the fucking Jello sets?
Oh my God, this is the best.
Sure it is. So then here's the thing that I'm worried about. I've got to put the Jello in the fridge to set and hope nobody comes home and goes, hey, who made Jello and has a fucking bowl of it? Don't touch my girl. So I got to do that thing where I put it, and I will tell you this too. I put it in a bowl, like they wanted you to put it in like a big bowl or whatever the fuck, but I put it in separate bowls because I was trying to fit it to my anatomy. So I didn't want to have it in like a big mixing bowl because I didn't know how the fuck I was going to approach that. So instead I put it in 2 smaller bowls so I could have easier access at it. So I put them in the fridge, and then I had to hide them in the fridge. So I remember I put one of them in the meat drawer, like where you put lunch meat and stuff. So I took out the lunch meat and the cheese, and I put the bowl in there and slid it to the back. And then I carefully assembled all the meats and stuff around it, hoping nobody came and made a lunch meat sandwich and went, what's this? And then the other one I put at the bottom behind all the like cans of soda. So, I mean, because look, you got to plan this out, man. If you're going to fuck Jello, you got to have a plan. So sure enough, I had to boil the fucking water. I got to put it in the thing, and I I put it in 2 separate bowls, and I put it in there. And, I chopped up some pears. I threw them in there. No, I didn't. For texture. It's like fucking Jello, but with pears in it. Oh my God, pussy's amazing. I have yet to fuck a pussy full of pears. I got to be honest with you. I'd go down on a pussy full of pears. Oh my God, that's actually, you know what? I'm going to write that down. I like pears. So, syrup. God damn, the syrup that they come in. Holy shit, that'd be great. I'm in. So now I got to wait for the fucking Jell-O to harden. And believe me, I'm a lot harder and faster than the Jell-O is. I'll tell you that. So I don't realize. So I keep checking it all the time, and it's still liquid, and you can't. So now I can't. So the Saturday goes by, and I can't. You know, Saturday goes on, and literally hours go by. It's still not set the way it's supposed to be set. At least it's still liquidy and stuff on the top. And then my brothers are home, and so they're home. So now I've got two fears. One of which is I can't fuck the Jell-O while they're in the house. I mean, just because in case they come walking in, it'll be like, what the fuck, man? And two, I gotta hope they don't find it and fucking eat it. So then I remember I put extra soda in around it so it would blockade it in the back and nobody found it. And I hoped that we didn't have lunch meat sandwiches so we didn't for dinner or something because then everybody would find the fucking Jell-O. And I'm like, God damn it. And I needed both bowls. That was the thing. I was like, in case I fuck up one, I'm going to have the second, or in case I want to do it twice because I was like, yeah, if it's so good, I want to have a backup. Perfect. So I leave it in the fridge. Okay. And this is, like I said, it was a Saturday afternoon. So Saturday goes by, everybody comes home and I can't do it. And then Sunday we're all home, everybody's home, and I had to exist. So dude, a week goes by. Because I go to school and I would come home from school, like, you know, hoping that I would get there with nobody there because my mom worked. So I'd have the house to myself. But then I'd come home and Lenny would be there or my brothers would be there. There was just no way for me to get any privacy with this fucking Jell-O. And again, I could probably do it while they're there and just lock myself in the bathroom. But like, then I got to come, and just in case they come home while I'm locked in the bathroom, I'm going to walk out of the fucking bathroom with a fucking bowl of Jell-O and cock? I mean, like, dude. And I mean, again, I'm 13. I got no fucking idea what I'm doing. So, and we also got a live-in babysitter, by the way, this chick fucking Lynn. So I got to hope that she doesn't find the goddamn Jell-O or wonder what the fuck is going on. Although after I found out that she fucked Lenny, I'm sure she would have been on board with the fucking Jell-O. And then she kind of liked me. She was grooming me too. Grooming me in a weird way. She'd like touch my hair all the time and stuff. Yeah. But I don't blame her. I had fucking awesome hair. So, like I said, that's what Trump and I have in common. We had good hair. So a week goes by. So then the following weekend, Lenny, he's even like, hey, we were going to go play baseball. And he's like, are you going to go? And I'm like, I'll catch up. And then my other brothers kind of drift off and I'm alone, man. My mom's gone. She's working and I'm alone and Lynn's not there. And I'm like, all right, here we go. So I go and I take out both bowls.
Of course.
What are you going to do? Leave one in there? And I take it out. And so then I don't know. Like I'm 13. I've seen pornos. I've read a lot of fucking dirty books. I know I'm going to fuck this Jell-O. I just don't know like how to go about it. I have no idea. So I go in the basement.
Of course.
What am I going to do? And I go down in the basement and I'm in the laundry room because the laundry room didn't have a rug. And I didn't want Jell-O to spill out on the rug and have to explain why there was Jell-O on the fucking floor. Like I could clean it up off a cement floor a lot easier than I could clean it up off the thing. So I sit down and I take my pants and I sit bare ass on a fucking cement floor, which is awful. And I'm freezing and I'm holding the bowl. And I got to be honest, I'm ready. I'm like, it's not like I'm even going to take a minute. You know what I mean? The second I'm hard before I get down into the basement because nobody's there. I'm like, here we go. It's Jell-O fucking time. I'm like the Thing in Fantastic Four, but I am not punching anybody in the face. It's Jell-O fucking time. So I go down in the laundry room and I actually, and this is the best part, I get completely naked. I get completely undressed. I don't just like pull my cock out through my jeans in a zipper. Because I don't know what kind of a mess this is going to be. And also, it's sexy time, man. Let's get into it. Let's get fucking naked, man. Let's fucking do this. We're 13. We know what we're doing. Usually I'm jerking off and like I said, I'm ruining a rug in my bedroom. And that was my favorite part too. I won't bring the Jell-O into my bedroom that is already caked with my fucking sperm. I don't want, because I'm like, I don't want to get Jell-O on the rug. There's a holocaust of children on the floor. I talked about that. I had jerked off for like 7 months and shot off the side of my bed onto the rug and not thought about it. And there was just this, it looked like home plate. That's how fucking thick it was on my goddamn rug. But I don't bring the Jell-O in there because I don't want to get any Jell-O on the rug. So I'm going to do it in the laundry room, man. So I get completely naked. I like strip all the way down and I'm like, yeah, here we go. And I sit down, like I'm sitting up, like, you know, you sit with your legs out in front of you and my cock is just out and I got the bowl of Jell-O between my legs. And I'm realizing logistically, I'm like, well, fuck, this isn't, like, how does this work? So then I pick it up and I got my cock in my left hand and the Jell-O bowl in my right hand. And I go to tip it and kind of like place it on my cock. And the Jell-O inside starts to go and slide out of the bowl. And I'm like, whoa! And so I catch it. And now it's a math problem.
It always is. Oh, man.
Now I got to get a schematic going. I got to draw a map. I got to figure out. I got to start reading Einstein's theories. I got to figure out some way to get my dick into this Jell-O and accomplish my objective. I mean, I've waited 8 days. I'm not letting this Jell-O go unfucked. So I kind of thought, like I said, because I thought it would, you know, you jerk off with your right hand. I'm like, all right. So I'm holding my dick with my left hand and I hold the fucking bowl with the right and it starts to slide out like jelly slides out and I fucking catch it. So it doesn't, because also in my head, I'm like, I can't let it hit the fucking ground. And all of a sudden it's all this hard work, 8 days. Ah! So then I put the bowl down and I'm looking and I swear to God, there's like, if you saw like a thought bubble over my head with a rebus of like my cock plus Jell-O equals this. And then there's like an X and I got the cosine and I got the infinity symbol. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck to do. So I then lay on my back. And I'm like, all right, so it's just me on my back pointing north. And I take my my cock in my left hand. I'm 13. Don't make a face at me. I don't know what the fuck's going on. The fact that I even have to take any second at all to not have, every second I don't have my dick in this Jell-O is a wasted second. So I lay on my back because, again, I'm like, all right, well, that's a way to do it. So I lay on my back because, I mean, you know, I jerk off on my back in my bed and that's the way to go. So I lay on my back and then I grab my dick with my left hand and then I get the bowl of Jell-O and then I go to turn it upside down. And that's even worse than sitting straight up. Because then it's just going to fucking flump like cranberry sauce on Thanksgiving and it's going to break on my cock. And I'm like, oh, man. And then you're just jerking off with handfuls of lettuce. You know what I mean? Fuck. That's just loose stuff that you're just rubbing into your dick. I mean, I can do that anywhere. I want a fucking entity. And I want to fuck it. I don't want to jerk off with it. I want to fuck it. That's the difference. If I take the bowl and I'm holding it with my hand and all this and I'm like, fuck, that's not what I'm trying to accomplish here. Because in addition to getting off, I was trying to learn about sex and what sex felt like. So, I'm on my back, I hold the bowl and I'm like, fuck, I can't do this. So then, of course, my tiny brain goes, you know what? I just gotta fuck this. So, I get on my knees and I put the Jell-O on the bowl in front of me. And I lean forward. And I lay on top of it, I'm holding, like I'm on my elbows and my knees. I'm almost planking. All right, you know what a plank is? But I'm on my knees, so I'm not full plank. And then I go full plank, like I get off my knees, and I'm trying to line up. I'm looking down underneath myself to make sure that my dick is over the Jell-O. I'm now the Enola Gay of Jell-O fucking. I'm trying to position myself in just the right spot so I can drop bombardier and fucking end this war. Let's end this Jell-O fucking war, Hiroshima. So I'm laying over it and I'm on my elbows and I'm a fat kid who's kind of weak and so I'm kind of like and I'm barefoot. I'm bare naked. I'm bare ass naked on a cement floor laying over a bowl of Jell-O that I just can't wait to defile, but I'm trying to figure out the right way to do it. So I'm planking and I'm trying to hold myself up and I line my cock up just over the Jell-O and I'm like, all right, this is it. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. And so I start to lower myself down And I'm like, you know what? I'm about to fuck this Jell-O. Finally, after 8 days, after months of seeing the box on the shelf, of formulating the plan, of boiling it and putting it in bowls and hiding it behind a blockade of lunch meats and sodas and waiting for everybody to leave me an empty house, and then 4 different ways of trying to fuck it in a laundry room. Finally, after lining up my cock directly over the bowl, I'm about to fuck this Jell-O and it's going to be fucking great. And I get the head of my cock just above it, and then I lean forward and I just enough, I get my cock in it. And it is fucking freezing! I lower the head of my cock into this Jell-O, just the head, mind you, that's all that gets in, and then I jump instinctively, my whole body. I didn't mean to, but my brain said, get your cock out of the Jell-O right the fuck now! My brain was all about Jell-O fucking, but my body was all about survival. I mean, the head of my cock was so cold that an Argentine soccer team would have eaten it on top of a mountain. So my body just instinctively jerks back from the fucking Jell-O, pulls my cock out of it. And I scramble back and I'm on my haunches, looking around to make sure I wasn't caught, because I think I actually yelped. I may have yelped when it happened, like, hey! And I'm in a naked crouch with a bowl of Jell-O in front of me, with just a hole in the center of it. My whole experiment falls by the wayside. And that's why I voted for Hillary Clinton in 2008. You guys can get me at MikeandMikeSchmidtComedy.com. You can be my friend at Facebook.com/the40-year-old-boy. You can follow me at Twitter.com/the40-year-old-boy. I can't wait to see the artwork this week. Our friend David Hernandez does all of that artwork. You can be his friend at Facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez. But if you'd like him to do some personalized artwork for you, he works in plaster, he works in paint, he works in Jell-O. Go to artbydmh.com, that's ARTBYDMH.com, and get that man on board to do some work for you and give him some money for the privilege. Ryan Dirks is our web guy. He does all the website work for us on this show. Thank him, thank you, thank all of you, and thank him. Our great friend Lily Von Stupp is the producer of this show. I'm very happy that she's here with me this week, and every week that she can be in the room. It makes me happy, and it makes the show better. You can find her at several different Twitter accounts, but first of all, go to her Facebook page and look at it and marvel at it and realize you'll never be her friend. Go to Facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp, and and keep an eye out, because I will tell you this just happened. I had a comedian, a very popular comedian who's a friend of mine. He requested me as a friend on Facebook. And so I went to accept it, and it said, this person is all full up for friends. And I was like, well, that's weird. Why the fuck did he ask me for a friend request? But I kept an eye on it for like a couple days, and then when there was an opening, I just accepted it, and boom, we were friends. So that's kind of neat. So do that with Lily. Perhaps send her a friend request, and if she has a culling of the masses, perhaps you'll be let into her ample bosom and be her friend. Who knows? So go to Facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp and keep an eye on it. And follow her at several different Twitter accounts, Twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp, Twitter.com/MNTs, Twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, and Twitter.com/BoobDini. But if you'd like to write her a personal note and see if she's got any spare copies of that I voted pasty tit photo floating around that she deleted from the fucking internet forever, you can write her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
Psychotic Schmitty. Psychotic Schmitty. merchandise, t-shirts, music, and downloads. All things at a real low price. You can own all episodes. If you go on mystery shirts, maybe you can send some dough.
It's at the Joe Business page, Psychotic Schmidt, he told me so.
You can shop until the dawn. Use this link for Amazon.
Psychotic Schmidt, he full of rage. It's at the Joe Business page.
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Tease every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. It's America's longest running and most beloved burlesque show. Everyone got to. We had a vote. That was the thing we voted on yesterday here on the 7th.
Awesome.
California voted it America's most beloved burlesque show, and it's longest running. It's an experience. It's something you have to go to, something you have to see. Yeah, something you have to feel. You have to feel it, like Jello on your cock. that's your new tagline, like Jello on your cock.
Like Jello on your cock.
That's what the Monday Night Tease is. And I'm lucky enough to know the producer of said show.
Sure.
And she happened to be here today helping me out in a way that I really appreciate. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lily Von Stupp to the show.
Oh, please stop. I'm here, yes.
Hi, Lily. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. That's a nasty bruise on your
I
arm.
know.
Is that from performing?
No, I walked into a lampshade. It was a square lampshade, and it had a piece of metal running through the bottom of it, so it was like a really pointed, and I just grazed it right across and just hit it at the perfect spot
To make it
give
that-
it a big giant ugly bruise.
You know, I'll get those.
It didn't even hurt.
Yeah.
I just went, oh, that's gonna bruise.
But that happens all the time now to me because I'm old.
Yeah.
It's funny because I feel thinner because I've lost so much weight, but I have the carriage of a much larger man. So I have all this fucking, unfortunately, my apron, my fucking fat. And so sometimes I'll get in the shower and I'll look down and I'll have a fucking black bruise on my stomach. And I'm like, where did that come from? And it's just from banging into a wall or fucking knocking into a car door. And I don't even, again, you don't feel it at the time. And then you just go, holy shit, look at that. It looks like I got fucking stabbed. So you look like you got fucking stabbed. Good for you. Or actually, you look like,
Stabbed by a black man running for president. That's the goddamn funniest.
oh, sure. Well, I'm great.
Well, it's when you break things down to the simplest of observation, that's where humor is. But it's really sad. All of this is sad.
It is. That's who they put out there. That's who they feel it. And even worse, half the country supports that.
Here's the funny thing, because I got into it with a couple people on Facebook already this month, because I put up a thing about how we are our government. And if you don't like the people running for politics and political positions, go into politics. Be the change you want to see. Don't expect other people to change who they are. Go be the person you want to be, a senator. Anybody can run. That's
Yes.
the cool thing about this country.
Yes, but not anybody can win. I think we know that.
But the more anybody's versus Bernie didn't take any money from PACs. And he managed to do really well. Trump didn't take any money from PACs. He managed to do really well. There is the possibility of the one that breaks through, but the problem is nobody ever tries. I have friends that are pothead crazy strippers that are on city council. And I think it's the greatest thing ever because
You know, that says a lot more about this country than it should, really. That tells me about where we are. That's why there are potholes.
But they're better people, truly, with a better conscience than some of the people I see running in office and the stuff that they do.
Well, all this bullshit that Republicans are giving the lip service to, where they're like, well, no, I'm talking specifically about Republicans. I'm not saying Democrats are, I'm not saying Democrats are better and Republicans suck. I'm saying specifically this thing is so hypocritical of we will vote for Trump, but we don't support him.
Yes.
It's the weirdest, that's horseshit. You can't say that. We don't support his policies, but we want to vote him into office.
I love the fact that they're trying to get him to read off teleprompters and not go off book right now so that they can get him elected. And I'm like, you're literally teaching a monkey to talk.
Well, that's
in order to get it voted in.
But the
That's
problem, but that's on him. He needs, because I've long said they have no idea what they're dealing with. None. That's why Mitt Romney came forward and went, well, I'll tell you what, we need to find another guy to challenge this Donald Trump. And everybody went, fuck you, rich asshole. Because nobody fucking cares. Nobody wants to hear what the establishment, nobody wants to hear what the suits, nobody wants to hear what the money, Mitch McConnell, any of these assholes wants this, nobody wants to hear what they have to say. Nobody. The only one who gets it so far is that Reince Priebus guy, because he's the head of the Republican whatever the fuck, and he's always put out some weird party line of Donald Trump is strong and Hillary's weak, and we'll prove it in November. Like, he's been behind Trump because he understands we have to look like we at least support this motherfucker to try to fool people into thinking that we're behind him. These other guys all holding their nose and going, well, we don't agree with what he's saying, but we totally want him in office. He's better than Hillary. No, fuck you. You don't get to have it both ways. You don't get to have it both ways.
But that's exactly what they're trying to tap into is the anybody but Hillary versus the anybody but Trump. Instead of realizing that Hillary has been vetted everywhere.
Yes.
Hillary has gone through so many scandals and come out the other side. She's never filed bankruptcy.
But people would fight with you and say, yes, she's gone through so many scandals of her own doing, and that's why I don't want her in office.
Okay, but so far she's done nothing illegal. She's never had charges brought on her. Trump has. Trump's filed bankruptcy.
Well, that's because she had Vince.
Him for the business. You don't say because he had Vince killed.
She had Vince
Stop
Foster
that.
killed, and he had all the information.
But again, it's those where it's just like it's easier to believe that a woman is filled with conspiracy and evil in her heart than the man who fucked over all of these people and is being sued for fraud could possibly actually have committed fraud. The absurdity drives me insane.
Yes, that's why I look at it with a jaundiced eye and I look at it from a distance because, people are, again, it's anybody but Hillary
Nobody wants to fix it. They all just want to complain about it.
Well, the Republicans truly don't want to fix it because if they did, they'd all go, you know what? We lost this one. You're on your own, motherfucker. They might even cancel the convention if it wasn't for the fucking money and shit they've laid out because they cannot, with a good conscience, support this dude. There's no way.
No.
Because if they claim to be for some sort of weird conservative values or whatever the fuck they believe in, that's fine. Because like I said, I vote Supreme Court. There are people out there who vote Jesus. Good for you. And you know what? Go ahead, do your thing. And if you cancel me out, then that's the fucking way it goes. But that's this country, and everybody gets to do their vote. Like I said, if you're down in fucking Paraguay, you line up to vote, and it takes 47 hours to fucking get up there to your ballot, and they go, oh man, we're out of ink, go home. You know what I mean? That's the fucking way. And we're seeing that in some impoverished areas here. Machines don't work. There's no ballots. Oh, you don't have a driver's license? Oh, that's an A and it should be an E. Go home. You don't get to vote.
There were 4 Spanish-speaking people there to vote. And no one at our polling place really spoke Spanish. They spoke enough to go here, put this in, da-da-da-da-da. Well, this one guy went through twice, and you're only allowed to do it 3 times. If you screw up 3 times, you're done. You're not allowed to vote again. Because apparently you're too stupid to vote. I guess that's how that works. I don't know. I actually called the voting registration to find out. But I looked at the one polling guy, and I go, hey, does anybody speak Spanish? Are there books in Spanish? And he goes, no, we don't have any here in Spanish. I go, why not? And he goes, we just don't have any. And I'm like, great. Eddie? And Eddie looked at me and I go, can someone read the book to her so she understands the instructions? All he is going to do is read exactly what's there. And he goes, absolutely, someone can translate for him. And I go, Eddie, would you? And he goes, of course. And he walks over and he helps this woman. Then he helps explain it to a guy who didn't understand that there were 2 pages to vote, but you could only vote 1 each page. So he voted, turned to the page, and went, I like him too, and punched the second one, not realizing they're both running for the same office.
Yeah.
And you're only allowed to pick one. So Eddie, sat there and helped these 4 people vote, essentially.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my hero, man, thank you, because 4 people got to exercise their right who couldn't fully understand the instructions, even though they had papers with who they wanted to vote for. You know what I mean? So they were there to do it, but the system made it hard for them to vote.
See, but the problem is they all voted for Trump. And that's what Eddie allowed them to do.
You know what was really weird?
It's his fault.
I was at the polling place for almost 25 minutes and I never saw a Republican vote.
Yeah.
I watched at least 40 Democrats vote and not one Republican. And it made me kind of go,
Well, because the Republican race is over.
but
So
all the local
there's
stuff
down ballot
isn't.
stuff. Certainly, I agree.
All the
But that's the
local
problem.
offices just got screwed
But we've
by
always had
Trump.
that problem here in California. Whenever there's an off year, if it's not a presidential election, people don't go.
Yeah.
They just don't fucking go because they think it's not important. And then next thing you know, there's fucking giant holes in the street, and your library
And
closes.
there are judges that give out 6-month sentence to rapists.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
depressing.
what are you talking about?
You don't know about the All-American...
No,
You're an
is that a
asshole.
story? I don't think I haven't heard that story.
Again, I have weird feelings on that because the kid's life is ruined.
Good.
Yeah, I'm just saying, the kid's life is ruined. Jail time is going to mean nothing for him. That kid's life is ruined.
Good.
Oh, I'm happy.
Let's
it's
continue
ruined.
to ruin it.
I'm happy it's ruined, but I'm like, putting him in prison isn't going to do anything worse than taking away every bit of privilege he ever had.
We need to make
I'm
sure,
thrilled.
and again, I this will seem vindictive and terrible. We just need to make sure his name is never forgotten.
It won't be.
Make him the
trust me.
fucking Nat Turner of rapists.
It won't be.
You know,
Knock, knock, who's there?
actually, Nat Turner doesn't. Nat Turner literally just right now just went, "Hey, what the fuck, man? Why am I getting lumped in with that idiot? That dude's that's a white dude named Brock. That's the whole reason I was fighting."
The point that I'm making is, you know, all the jail time in the world won't make any difference. Whether he's behind bars or not, his life is fucking ruined, and I'm thrilled about that.
Well, see, I disagree. I mean, I think he's young enough and white enough and rich enough that he'll come out of this and there'll be some safety net of Stanford people or finance people who will allow him to build his life, because there are people out there who are just the anti.
But he will
The
forever be
anti-woman.
registered as a sex offender, so it
Fine,
doesn't
but there
matter.
are people out there who will still give him a job. His dad's uncle's friend who owns a finance company will give him a fucking job.
Well, here's something I'm going to say about that. You know, I am of the belief that you have to let the system work. And when someone is found guilty and they serve their term and they come out, they should be allowed the chance to redeem themselves.
Yes, I'm
That's
not
what
saying
justice
make
is
him
all about.
homeless. I'm not saying destroy him. But I'm
no,
saying he
I'm-
should never be forgotten for
won't
what
be.
he
Oh,
did.
trust me, he won't be. No, he won't be.
He can go pay his debt to society. He got lucky and he got a 6-month sentence, and fine, that's the way the system
Again,
worked.
I'm not saying the 6 months was right, but I'm just saying I
Right,
look
but
at
what-
it and I go, his life is ruined.
Yes,
anyway,
but
so
I'm
it
saying
doesn't
that's the way the system worked. So let him go serve his 6 months, but then when he comes out, he should be a meme forever.
Oh, he will be a meme forever. He will be a meme forever. So will the judge now.
No, well, exactly. But and I'm not saying people should show up and protest at jobs. He should get jobs. He should live a life. If he wants to have kids, he wants to get married or whatever, go ahead and do those things. But it should never be forgotten what he did. And if anything, I'm hoping he takes the 6 months in jail and he doesn't get assaulted. He does his time and he gets to think about what he's fucking done. And he comes out on the other side and goes, man, I need to make this right. And maybe he gives of himself to try to educate and change things. That would be good. You know what I mean? I'm hoping he's a true rehabilitation story.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he's
I
not.
hope everyone is. I hope everyone that
Of
does
course.
something stupid or, you know, and again, I don't say stupid like I excuse it, but I'm saying we all do stuff that if we got caught would really fuck us at some point.
But what
Everyone
I'm
has.
hoping that he doesn't spend the next 6 months going, oh man, I miss pretzels with my dad. I can't wait to get out of here for that. You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree.
I don't want him going,
agree.
I can't wait to get back to my life of privilege. I hope he's truly horrified and he can't sleep and he's haunted by
me
her
too.
words,
Me
her
too.
eloquent words, where she basically fucking just she hit him with a verbal car and then backed up over him and then rode over him again and backed up over him again. She verbally took him behind a dumpster and left him laying unconscious. Good for him. And it's not enough. He deserves more. He deserved a stronger punishment. I'm glad she got to say her piece and say it to his fucking face. He deserved every bit of that and more.
Yes.
But at the same time, he's not a guy who, when he gets out of jail, should be followed by mobs with signs every time he tries to get a fucking job. I think
don't
because
believe
he'll be fine. I'm hoping he learns from it, and I'm hoping he does something. Because again, I hope he has a daughter someday, and he has to look at that daughter and go, and tell her the fucking story, and worry when his daughter goes to fucking college.
Again, I still look for the day where we teach men not to rape instead of women how not to be raped in this country.
Agreed. And let's teach men not to fucking be scared of women. I've talked about this before. Young men are so frightened of women. Young men are just, and look, I deal with it on a daily basis. I drive young men around in my car and all they talk about is bitches and crushing pussy, and that girl was a stuck-up bitch, and they text bitches from the car and they laugh and they show photos of the girls to one another, whether they're intimate photos or whatever, and they're like, "Oh man, she was hot, remember her?" And I hear all this and my stomach turns.
Gross.
My stomach fucking turns. Now, look, I also think about when I was a kid and I would watch fucking girls and be like, oh my God, what about the ass on Carrie Paddock? You know what I mean? It was like, I remember being that guy. So I was a kid once and I always respected women, but at the same time, I had a cock and I would think about
You
other
said
things.
where you could. Thus Jello.
Yes, I did.
I think we know that. If you ever
Look,
have a daughter, you gonna name her Jello? After your first love?
well, there's always room for her, certainly. That's okay. The Monday Night Tease is an amazing burlesque show, and my friend Lily produces it. And it's dark in June.
Dark all June.
But when are we back? July 5th?
July 4th.
July 4th? Really? The 4th of?
July 4th, we are celebrating our independence with
Da, da,
Denise.
da, 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 da. Go ahead and talk who's on there. Da, 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 da.
It doesn't matter. There's only one thing I want to plug right now, and that is everyone in San Francisco. I know you all came out to see Mike
Oh my God.
at his movie. I am at the Hubba Hubba Review on Friday night.
This Friday.
Yes.
So that's tomorrow because this goes up on Thursday.
Tickets will still be available. Check the website, Hubba Hubba Review. It's at the DNA Lounge.
Is it HubbaHubbaReview.com?
It is.
REVUE?
Yes.
HubbaHubbaReview.com. There are tickets available to see Lily this weekend in San Francisco.
We're a San Francisco weekly pick. This is one of the best burlesque shows in the country, I'm not going to lie. And this particular week, I am just beside myself to be on this bill. There are performers in here that I love to watch. I love to be around. They are not only great people and amazing performers, but they will change the way you look at burlesque and entertainment. And for the $20 I think it costs for a ticket, you are going to have the best time. I will be there. I will be there after the show. If you're a fan of the show, come out. I will hang out and talk with you. I will stick around. Please come out and say hi.
This is in San Francisco this weekend. Today is Thursday. You're hearing this on Thursday. We're recording it, of course, not Thursday. But today is Thursday. So it's this weekend, Saturday or Friday or
Friday
both?
the 5th.
Friday the 5th, tomorrow in San Francisco.
I have not performed in San Francisco since 2008, and I don't know when I'll be back.
So this is the time to go, guys. So buy tickets to go see her. Go to HubbaHubbaReview.com.
Yeah.
And all the ticket information is on there, I'm sure. And they'll tell you where to go or get them.
Lounge will have tickets as well. It's called Burlesque Nation.
The DNA Lounge, Burlesque Nation. Go ahead and check it out this Friday the 5th. And approach Lily, talk to her, tell her you're a fan of the show and all that neat stuff.
You're a fan of 40-year-old boy.
Yeah, we'd appreciate that, man. That's what she
Please.
wants to do.
I want to meet people.
Of course, we all do. That's the
Plus,
deal.
I think I need a place to stay. I'm not sure.
All right, so think about that, guys. And if you're on the fence about it, I got a photo from yesterday I could show you.
No, you don't. You didn't download it yet.
That's true. It's a good point. Well, so that's you might need a place to stay, and that's this Friday. And you're hearing this on Thursday, dudes. You've got like 21 hours to get that camera installed in your shower. So why the fuck wouldn't you do it?
On Thursday.
Holy God, she gets there today.
Yes, I get there tonight. I may be sitting at the airport going, "Fuck, now what?"
Again, now you've got 14 hours to get a camera installed in your shower. What the hell's wrong with you guys? So go ahead, because I'm assuming this show will go up at 2 a.m. San Francisco, well, California time on Thursday morning, and she'll probably get there around 2 in the afternoon. And by the time you picked her up and got her home, you got 14 hours to install that camera in your bedroom and in your shower, folks. So extend the courtesy of Airbnb-ing, although I got to be honest with you, with Lily, it'll be at AirDD. So let's go ahead, Air and D&D her and get her to stay at your place, and then you can film her in the shower, and then you don't have to worry about the fucking Twitter photo that got deleted.
I think I have Seattle situated. I may have Portland situated, but there may be openings there as well. Take a stripper to your bedroom.
Come on, folks. Why wouldn't you do that? We should start a Kickstarter for that. That'll be a tier on the Kickstarter. Lily comes and stays in your bedroom. Camera optional. So the Monday Night Tease is available. Tickets will be available at brownpapertickets.com still right now for July.
Yeah.
So tickets are available at brownpapertickets.com. Please remember to go to Monday Night or Facebook.com/Monday Night Tease. Be a member of that page. Learn about all the people that are coming and who's been there and who's going to be there. See naked photos and learn about those people. And then go to, is it burlesque411.com?
Go to MondayNightTease.com.
Go to MondayNightTease.com and learn about all the shows that have been there and the shows that are coming and see all those people. And get on the mailing list, too. Why wouldn't you do that? So you can find out about who's going to be there and buy some tickets. Also, please, like I was going to do this. Also, please go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com. We've got the website there. And go to the Joe Business page. That's very important. We've got mystery shirts. We sold another mystery shirt this week. Our number of mystery shirts, because our great friend Liana Dixon, I'm going to say her full name. Why not? Our friend Liana Dixon has she purchased Word Pimp, she purchased Heroes, and she purchased a mystery shirt because she's the fucking best. And she's in law school, like she's going to be like a lawyer, and she's going to go to court wearing a mystery shirt. How great is that? She's going to say, point of parliamentary procedure, Your Honor. If you'll notice, my Red Boy T-shirt has an objection to this entire process.
She bought 3 shirts.
I refer you to the Latin habeas corpus, which replies to dirt. So yeah, I don't know. She gets a mystery shirt, one shirt.
Oh, so she bought the mystery shirt. What
Yes.
are you going to do with that money? Are you going to buy more Jell-O?
Well, there's always room for Jell-O, as I've mentioned.
I have a question about the Jell-O incident. I'm sorry to bring it back up. The
I'm
Jell-O
plugging the
incident
website,
of
but by all
1974.
means, you have another question? All right,
The
good.
Jell-O incident of 1974?
1980.
What year it was. 1980.
1980.
The Jell-O incident of 1980.
It's the Jell-O incident of 1980.
Okay, just as a person who...
Actually, 81.
Okay. All right, the Jell-O incident of 1981. As a person who kind of likes temperature play,
All right.
Because I find that interesting. It adds another layer and dimension to things. Did you ever wait for it to get to room temperature?
Here's what I had to say about that. I can't believe you're asking this dumb question.
Look, inquiring minds want to know.
Well, first of all, I'm on board with the temperature thing. I like a mouthful of ice just as much as any other guy. But I found that out later, certainly.
Yeah.
And also, there was no way for me to, at 13, to know I liked a mouthful of ice on my cock. I got to be honest.
Well,
God knows I tried.
But you don't like a cold mouth of Jell-O, so.
Well, at the time, because I wasn't ready. My body was not ready.
Think about the fact that it was cold in your hand.
I just wanted to fuck it, Lily. I'd waited 8 days to get my cock in that bowl.
And 8 crazy nights.
And I could not wait. I'm naked in a laundry room on the floor. I might as well be the guy in Midnight Express who gets his tongue bit out in the fucking shower. That's how fucking desperate I am at that fucking point. And actually I had that song in my head. Dunk 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 dunk. Loverboy Dennis and Beautiful Bobby, The Midnight Express. So all right, so it's interesting. So I got the head of my cock in it, and my body freaked out. My mind was still, let's fuck this Jell-O, but then my body's just like, whoa, it just backed off.
Yeah.
So I'm on my knees and I'm on my haunches and I'm looking at it, and now I'm just like the monkeys in 2001 who discovered the obelisk and don't know what the fuck it is. So I immediately, of course, throw a bone at it. But I'm looking at the bowl and I'm looking and in my head I'm like, fucking freezing. So I realize I can't just throw this out. I mean, I've waited so long. I made my experiment, and I get a whole other bowl upstairs. So I took it. I should have gone into this, but it was just such I had to end it where I ended it. But I took the bowl, and I put it on the shelf in the laundry room behind the Gain. For some reason I remember it was Gain detergent, and I put it behind it. And there was Gain, and then there was and so I hid it in the laundry room. So, because I wanted to wait for it to reach room temperature so I could, do something with it. I could fuck it. What do I mean do something with it? So I could take it to dinner, have a conversation with it, ask it to prom. I wanted to take it to the turnabout dance. Actually, I took my finger and put a mouth in it so it would ask me to the turnabout dance. Oh, Jell-O, I hope you'll ask me. So finally, then I wait hours. Of course, people come home, and so my house is now trod upon by brothers and my mom, and I can't very well get naked in the laundry room with everybody there. But I've got Jell-O hiding in the fridge, cold Jell-O. I've got warm Jell-O, I think, hiding in the laundry room. I got fuckable Jell-O all over this house. This is a fuck palace. This is what I got. I got a strawberry flavored fuck palace all over my goddamn house. So finally, that night, I let the whole day go by, and I decide, well, you know what? Fuck the laundry room. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm gonna just take it in my room, and I fuck the rug, and who cares? I gotta do this. So that night, I wait till like midnight because we're up, and I wait for my brothers to go to bed or whatever the fuck, my mom. So I go downstairs to the laundry room. Finally, I'm gonna fuck this Jell-O. So I go and I reach up. And I move the Gain, and the bowl is there. And I grab the Jell-O, and I lift it up. And when I lift it up, liquid sloshes out of the bowl. Because the Jell-O is by the heat vent. And I just got a bowl full of non-fuckable dessert.
Wow!
I got a bowl full of strawberry cockhead soup.
Man!
I mean, because I pull it down, it sloshes, and I it's fucking liquid. It's liquid. Liquid. And I remember in disgust just dumping it into the sump pump, like, just fucking furious. But this is why we make two bowls. So Sunday comes and goes. I got no chance. Monday, I get home from school before anybody. My mom's not there. It's an empty house. Now, we went through the pageantry of the laundry room and the stripping naked and all of that. We were ready. We were ready on Saturday, and it blew up in our faces. Now I realize I don't have time to luxuriate in the experience of fucking this Jello. It's just wham bam, thank you, gelatin. That's what we're gonna do at this point. So I get home and I fucking bound, and I remember being I was hard before I got in the house. Like, I made sure, because I was ready, because I didn't want to get caught and I wanted to get it done before anybody came in. So I bounded in. I went into my kitchen, because at the time I lived in a townhouse on Monroe. So I go in, and when you walked in, it was very much like the house where I hid in the shower. It was the same kind of structure. You walk in the dens to the left, and So I go into the kitchen real quick, and I grab the bowl of Jello, and I take it out. I don't go downstairs. I don't go to my room. I don't go upstairs. I don't go to the bathroom. I'm taking this Jello right in the kitchen. I don't give a fuck. I'm getting my dick in this fucking bowl no matter. I don't give a fuck about temperature. I don't give a fuck about any burst. I just need to get it done. So I walk in. I burst into the kitchen. I look and I'm like, yell, hey! Nobody's there. So I lock the front door so then I'll hear the lock at least. I reach in, and then I'm hoping that nobody fucking found it behind the sodas. So I reach in behind the sodas and I pull it the fuck out and I put it on the floor. And I remember, because I got to take my shoes and socks off and I got to take my pants off, and because I can't, in my head, I still can't just pull it out my cock through my zipper, because I didn't want to get Jello on my pants, which is the dumbest fucking thing in the world. So I strip off, I can remember the view of standing in the kitchen, getting naked from the waist down with just a bowl of Jello on the floor in front of me, waiting to get ravaged. There's my strawberry flavored conquest. Ha ha! So I slide my pants off, my fucking cock comes springing out because I'm 13 and it's hard all day long, all the time. And I remember, there's no ifs, ands, or how to do this. I'm not going to hold the bowl. I Enola Gay myself. I plank out and I get right over it. And I remember I just leaned forward and I fucking thrust deep into the cold bowl of Jello. Just and then I'm soaking in it. I'm like Madge and Palmolive. I mean, I'm on top of it. My cock's in it. I don't know what to do, because I've never fucked anything. I don't know what the machinations are. I don't know I'm not sure how to do it, because so I'm on my elbows and my toes, planking, and I start doing push-ups into the bowl of Jello. Because I don't know how to use my hips. I don't know how to fuck yet. I don't know. All I wanted to do was get my cock in the bowl of Jello. I didn't think about the how-to. I mean, I'd seen pornos and I knew how to do it. Like, you're supposed to just kind of bang away until something happens. So that's what I start. Literally, I'm not even fucking this bowl of Jello. I'm just smothering it at this point. And I'm just like, clunk, clunk, clunk. And I'm doing push-ups into it and feeling nothing. Because the Jello, again, it's cold, so now my dick is numb, and then it's too loose. There's no suction. It's not holding it. And then, I would plunge my cock into it, and then I'd pull out. And I mean, the only thing I will say that was vaguely sexy was the sound.
Oh, this explains all the sound issues you have.
I enjoy sound. But I will say that's the only thing that made me think of sex was the sound of it happening. Even the act of what I was doing, there was no real friction on my cock. It didn't feel bad, but it didn't feel good. It just was weird. And honestly, I'm this fat fucking 13-year-old who's completely out of shape. Now I'm doing push-ups and just exhausting myself, banging my cock into the floor. Essentially, that's all I'm doing is I'm just doing push-ups into a bowl of Jello. I'm not even fucking it at that point. Now I'm just going for the presidential medical of physical fitness and Jello and loving. So I thrust in and out of it for like 5 minutes. And I'm naked from the waist down in my fucking kitchen, shoes, socks, pants, underwear in a pile next to me. And I'm just doing push-ups into a bowl of Jello.
So sad.
I spent 2 weeks. I spent months planning it. I spent 2 weeks making it.
It's just so sad.
So I was like so mad. So you know, it's you know what I did finally? I just sat up and I looked at it, and I'm sitting there just like cross-legged. I'm sitting Indian style, and I look down and there's just Jello all over me, and I was like, well, all right, well let's finish this off, and I did. I just jerked off into the kitchen, and then I made a game out of it because I sat back and I kicked my legs out and I kept the bowl in between my legs, and I was like, let's see if I can shoot into the bowl of Jello and make it from here. So what I thought was going to be an incredibly erotic, sexy moment and a teaching point for my future sexual activity turned out just to be a jerk-off grand prize game. To see whether I could shoot into bucket number 6. It's not sad. I mean, if I'm telling the story when I was 30, then it's fucking sad.
That's true.
13, who the fuck knows? You're putting your cock in anything at that point. I was walking to school one time. I missed the school bus once, and I was walking to school. I just jerked off in a field. I remember it vividly. It was just this thing you cut through to go, and I just kind of ditched off into the fucking alfalfa and said, all right, I'm going to run off a patch right here before I get to school. Who cares? Yeah, I was not discerning anything at all. I was stealing newspapers and jerking off. That's what I was doing when I was a kid. So there you go. That's the rest of the story. Sure, why not? Go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com and go to the Joe Business page. Now I really can't wait to see the artwork. We've got all sorts of cool stuff there. Like I said, Leanna Dixon, who bought a mystery shirt and some music before this week's episode, which will now lead her to never listen again, I'm sure.
Nah, she'll love it.
No, she's out. But we have mystery shirts on sale. We have Yurt Dirt Dirt shirts on sale. We have all the downloads on sale year 1 through year 7 individually or together as the 7 Deadly Schmitz box set. Year 8 is still in play. And by the way, Todd and Mike and everybody else who's ordered stuff or is waiting for me to fill back orders or to correct orders that were malfunctioning, I don't have a host yet for my files. This week, I am hoping, I had a listener offer in a very generous way, but I have to reply to him and find out exactly what it entails and how he can host them. And, because then I don't want that guy to go, hey, you did a show about Jello fucking, I'm out. And then I lose all my files somehow. So I need to make sure that guy's on board with me and what I do. Although he said he's been listening since before you. So he was listening during the Eric times. So I'll try to contact that gentleman and see what's going on. But if you want to buy those downloads, I'll get them to you as soon as I possibly can. We've got the physical CD, The Big Angry. We've got, the Word Pimp Schmitty, which I told you Leanna bought. We've got the Heroes album by Max. Those are available. We've got the Podfests, Stop Making Schmidt, Schmidt Alive 2, Schmitty Comes Alive. Those are available. And I don't know if I mentioned, I think I did actually. I'm at the Los Angeles Podfest this year. I was asked and I'll be involved. I don't have a date yet. I don't have a code yet. Graham says I'll have a code soon. And then you guys can buy streaming downloads and you can buy tickets and use my code. And then we get money and everybody's happy. Thank you. And also our Amazon link is very important, folks. Please go ahead and use our Amazon link and check it out. And because, it's a thing where I always at the end of the month, I get a pleasant surprise because you guys have been using it and it helps. I mean, like I said, actually at the end of last month, it helped me make bills. So that was pretty cool. So thank you. If you use our Amazon link, go to the Joe Business page, click on our Amazon link. You'll see our store, which I should probably renovate at some point. And in the upper left-hand corner, there's an Amazon link. Click through to that and you'll go to regular Amazon. And while you're there, you will go ahead and buy things and then we will get credit and you will get things and Amazon gets money. Look at that. Look at that three-headed monster of a relationship. Everybody gets happy. You get a thing, they get money, we get a taste. Boom, perfect. We all have different definitions of perfect, but still. Also, hey, if you guys want to use mileiq.com, because I do, and then I get credit for it, and that's pretty neat, mileiq.com/invite/HFVHB, and that gets me credit and gets you MileIQ, and you can keep track of your stuff for your taxes. If you want to be an Uber driver, and hey, who wouldn't? DJZW1 YTTUE, DJZW, the number 1 YTTUE, and that's my code. You can use a referral, and I get free gas now, and I get all this money. So please do that. Complete some drives. If you know what, 5 of you sign up, and you just do 1 drive each, I get free gas for a year. That's not even a joke. Like if I sign 5 people up with my code, and you all complete 1 ride, I get free gas for a year.
How much gas?
Uber's desperate. I don't fucking know. I think it's a $200 a month allowance. which isn't really free gas for a year, but I don't give a fuck. I mean, anything I can get. So if you guys want to use Uber and you want to ride or drive, use my code DJZW1YTTUE. That's great. For Lyft, my code is Mike720057, MIKE 720057. Go to Lyft, become a driver, enter that code, and then go complete some stuff, and I get some money. Uber's paying more than Lyft, but I don't give a fuck. I'm not discerning. If you want to do both, whatever. I get cash, you get to ride and have people in your car, and they ask you a bunch of personal questions. Oh my God, it's fun. But just go do it so I can be like an Uber pimp. As a matter of fact, like I said, I think I started talking about this earlier. I dropped people off in Marina Del Rey and I go, I'm going to go eat at the barbecue house. So I come up on Highway 90 and it's really dark. There's not a lot of signage and a lot of streets, but it's very busy. So there's people in the 2 right-hand lanes and there's 2 left-hand lanes, and it's a 4-lane deal. And I'm in the second lane from the left.
Number 2 lane.
Yes. I'm in the number 2 lane and there's people. And so I pull up and I realize I'm in a left-hand turn lane and I need to turn right. So the 2 right-hand lanes are both right-hand turn lanes. I need to get over there and turn right. So I sit where I am and I turn on my turn signal to merge into that lane. So I wait and there's cars going. And then someone slows down to let me in. So I wave and I pull over and I turn from my lane and I merge over. And as I turn, it's a cop and he hits his fucking lights. And so I pull into the gas station. He comes up and he goes, I'm pulling you over because you turned right from a left-hand turn lane. I said, no, sir. I was waiting there while other cars went by with my signal on to merge into the lane, and then you let me in. So when you let me in, I merged over and I turned from there. No, that's not what you did. You turned from a right. And I said, sir, I was clearly waiting to be let in. I had my signal on. And once you slowed down and let me in, I figured that was okay. So I merged over and I turned. And he goes, no, once you're in a left-hand turn lane, you need to turn left. You cannot merge over. I said, it's not a double yellow line. It was a white line so I can cross it and turn. Sir, I'm telling you, I was clearly waiting. I was obeying the traffic law and I knew when you slowed down, you let me in. License and registration. He writes me a fucking ticket. I'm going to fight this one. This one, I'm going to take photos. I want you to come with me. I'm going to film it like approaching in the dark so you don't see the signs. And I'm going to show exactly where I was. I'm fighting it. I'm fucking fighting this one because he let me in. He baited me, motherfucker. That guy knew what he was doing. And because Venice cops are terrible. I talked before about the Venice cop who gave me a ticket because I went 10 feet over a line. Like I jumped into a turn lane early and he gave me a ticket. It was fucking $300. Yeah. So it's like, fuck that dude. So and he was such a dick, just a fucking thumb in a uniform. You know what I mean? License, registration, sir. But sir, I'm telling you, I was waiting and you let me in. You slowed down. You were the one who slowed down. Everybody else, I was clearly waiting for traffic. License and registration, sir. And I thought he'd give me a break. I thought, no, not at all. He just wrote me the fucking.
He gave you a ticket from turning from the wrong lane, not crossing over a white line.
Yes.
And turn. So he gave you a ticket for something you didn't do.
Right.
You weren't in that lane.
I merged over and turned at the same time because I was right at the head of the lane. So I merged over and turned. It was a one motion thing. I was right in the front, so that's what I did. And again, I bitch on here all the time. And if I fucking speed or whatever, I get it. I will admit it. But I'm telling you.
Me too. I'll take the ticket if I deserve it.
But I waited. I fucking clearly waited. And he let me in because he slowed down. And so he let me cross over and turn so he could pull me the fuck over and give me a ticket. Because I didn't cut him off. I didn't, you know what I mean? I was so fucking mad. So I go to eat barbecue. And then now I'm like, now I want to because all the money I'd made that day is now gone for the ticket. So I go to the barbecue house and I walk in and they were cool. It was like 10 minutes before close. And like, you want to eat? I said, yeah, why not? That's why I'm here. And Rob, the manager, comes over and he goes, check this out. He shows me a photo. It's fucking Joe the cook. It's Rob. It's Joe the policeman from That's My Mama. No, it's not. It's Joe the cook. It's Rob and fucking Bill Clinton.
Oh, Bill Clinton came in?
He was there that day for dinner.
Funny.
And I go, when was this? He goes, 2 hours ago. And because I go, did they call? And he goes, no. The motorcade came by and they fucking, all of a sudden they just started parking cops and everything. They blocked the street off. They blocked off and he's like, well, what the fuck's going on here? And then the fucking limo pulls up and Clinton gets out and comes into the barbecue joint. And people are just in there eating. So the fucking, all the crew comes in and they eat. Clinton doesn't eat. He can't because of his diet. He even tells them, he's like, I got my favorite barbecue place down in Arkansas and they know how to make food for me the right way because of the way my doctor says. But I don't know why I'm trying to do Bill Clinton. But he works the room. Like all his people eat and he just shakes hands and is friendly and walks around and talks to everybody. And I'm like, fuck, how do I miss that? I miss it by a goddamn hour and a half. You can roll your eyes at me all you fucking want. That's the first guy I ever voted for in my life. So when I talk about all these people with their milestones about voting for Hillary and they're all happy and they're all misty-eyed, that's the guy who gets me misty-eyed. That was the first guy where I went, hey, you know what? I want to vote for that dude. That will make a difference for me. I was 25, I think. It was, absolutely. And so that's why I have a special place in my heart for him where everybody's just like, oh, he fucked a girl with a cigar. Yes. All right.
That made him a hero.
Yeah, I just did 2 hours of fucking a bowl of Jello for fuck's sake. That guy, see, when I talk about how I'm Trump and you want me in office, that guy fucked a girl with a cigar. That's me, and you put him in office. I put him in office, goddammit. I put him in office because I looked at him when he was running, and I go, you know what? That looks like the kind of guy who'd fuck a chick with a cigar. Boom. I'm voting for that guy, and he fucking did exactly what I thought he would. So of course I'm on board with him. Of course I want him in the fucking office. Yeah. Like I said, a chicken in every pot, a Sibian in every bedroom, a cucumber with every motor, and a finger in every a cigar in every vagina. Done. I want the Clinton family back in power. That's how things roll in this country. It's sex scandals galore, and I can't wait to see the fucking sex scandal Hillary comes up with. It's going to be perfect. With her fucking cast iron pantsuit. See, that fucking awful. Tell you, you want to hook people in, get them halfway through a recipe and cut your fucking show in half. That's it. Do an hour about stew and then bail, get on a plane, and then come back and revisit it 2 days later, because that's the most important stew in the universe. Were there noodles or rice involved? Stay tuned!
Bring that beat back. Bring that beat back. Here is your soup.